The eclipse portal is officially opening, and the first energetic ripples of that full moon in Aquarius are going to be felt in the month ahead. But don't worry, I'm prepared to help you navigate this energy as we look at the astrology of September 2024. And of course, like we do in my videos, we are taking the lens of relational astrology to ensure that we all have the best relationships possible with this crazy cosmic weather. So grab your birth chart and your calendar. Let's dive in. Hello, my Astro family. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I have not done a month ahead forecast video since July. We skipped August because I'm sure, like you, the cosmic weather was absolutely insane. The month totally got away from me. That full moon in Aquarius rocked me, as I'm sure it rocked you. Let me know in the comments below how you were doing around that time, what came up for you. This month, as we look at September, I can tell you it's not going to be as frustrating, as challenging, as life transforming as it was in August. However, I do have to say that the energy that came up around that full moon in Aquarius is going to ripple over and carry into the month ahead. That energy actually will have many ripples, like a stone falling into a pond, over the course of the next 2 years. And so this is really helping us say, you know what, enough is enough. The past is the past. The old ways of being are no longer in my reality. I'm stepping into a new timeline, and I'm ready to get going on the future that I desire. And September has so many pockets of opportunity for that. So we're going to navigate it all together. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to our Astro family. I'm Mandy Rose. I consider myself the relational astrologer because I love using astrology as a tool to understand relationships and help us understand what is going on in the current cosmic weather so we can give people grace and patience when we see it playing out in the collective. Now, I'm a Western tropical astrologer using whole sign systems. So when we get to the rising sign forecast, that is the system that I use that resonates best for me and I see works best for my clients. Now, we are going to do an overview as we start out this video, just talking about the energy that we are carrying over from August into September. How does September play into the larger picture of the cosmic weather for the rest of 2024? Then we're going to dive into my favorite part of my videos, which are my top 5 transits I see in the month ahead impacting our relationships and helping break that down for you. And then we get into the fun stuff, the complex stuff, where you're going to probably want to take notes. We are going to first start out with our planet by planet breakdown. That's where we're going to take this chart, take all the planets off. We'll put them back up one by one so you can see in your own birth chart where each of the planets are going to be falling and crossing in the sky for the month of September. Now, if you haven't seen one of my videos before, you will hear me refer to the planets as life coaches. I consider them each a cosmic energy that is trying to teach us lesson to help us move forward in our life and give us direction. So when we get to the planet by planet breakdown, you want to listen for your primary life coach. Your primary life coach is the planet that rules your rising sign. If you don't know who that is, I'm going to put up a graphic right here. Look for your rising sign. You will see in the other column your primary life coach. Make sure you pay attention to them through the planet by planet breakdown. Then we will get into the date by date breakdown. This is where you're going to want to have your calendar for the month of September handy. I'm going to go through each week where we are going to look at what is happening on specific days in September. So if you have an event planned already, you know what to expect. And maybe if there's things you have to add to your calendar, you're going to plan around the astro weather. And then, of course, we will get into your rising sign forecast where we will break down the month ahead, looking at the major transits of the month and how they're going to impact you personally and, of course, relationally. Now, if you are planning to skip ahead to that part of the video, I highly suggest you come back and at least listen to the overview and the top 5 transits, because although it is important to understand astrology for your own rising sign, it is important to understand it collectively, how it's impacting the people around you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you work with a lot of people, you have a family, everyone has different rising signs, and we can still understand the cosmic influence that we're all under to navigate our day to day. And you know what? If you're like, you know what, I don't have time for all of that, that is why I actually created the Astro Weather Telegram channel, where every single day I give you a voice memo of what the current cosmic weather is and how to navigate it for just that day. That way you don't have to watch hours and hours of videos on YouTube or podcasts and take notes, only to have the middle of September show up and you're like, wait, what the heck is going on? I completely forgot. And so that is what the Telegram channel is for. If you want a free 7-day link to come peek around and see if it's something that could benefit you, you'll find the link in the description box below. Come hang out with us. all the voice memos are archived. I do education days, we do channeled messages, we have a group chat where we support each other through the crazy cosmic weather events. And as we move into eclipse season for the month of September, this Telegram channel is going to be so beneficial to you as we do different workshops and moon rituals and moon gatherings to navigate the Pisces full moon eclipse, which is something we have not experienced in 19 years. So let's get into it. Let's break it down. Let's talk about the overview now that we have the housekeeping out of the way. What is going on in the month of September? Now, when we navigate into the month of September, we actually start out the month on the 1st with some huge energy. Pluto is moving back into the zodiac energy of Capricorn for his last hurrah. This is the final time in our entire lifetime that we're going to feel Pluto in Capricorn energy. We've been feeling this for the last 20 years of our life. And now we're about to have a major shift in not only our own life based on our birth chart, but also collectively. If you're under the age of 30, this is going to be an interesting experience for you, as this is the first time in your adult life that you're going to feel a different Plutonian energy. So we'll break that down a little bit more as we talk in the upcoming months. Now, also right at the beginning of the month, we have Uranus going retrograde. And Uranus is the planet of revolution, of rebellion, of choosing change, of the future, of being progressive, of taking the shackles off and living outside of society's norms by your own authentic experience. And now when Uranus goes retrograde, we're going back and reflecting over the things in our life that maybe we have rebelled against, that we have wanted to innovate, that we've wanted to change the future direction we've wanted to go, but we haven't yet. For some reason, we just haven't changed this stuck, fixed energy. And now we have an opportunity to go back and say, you know what? I do actually want to do that. Now, this is one of those first ripples from the full moon in Aquarius. And the reason I say that is because remember, at the full moon in Aquarius, one of the rulers of that full moon is Uranus. Saturn was the other ruler. We'll talk about him in a moment. But Uranus being the ruler of that full moon in a square to the full moon, pressing us forward, asking us to choose change, or he's going to choose it for us. Well, when he goes retrograde, he's going to go right back to the same exact point in the sky he was during that full moon. Retrograding back and saying, okay, you didn't choose change at that full moon. I'm going to choose it for you. Uranus wants to liberate you. He wants you to take the shackles off. And so what was coming up for you, again, at that full moon in Aquarius that you were needing to make a decision about? Something in your life was coming to a head like a big old ugly pimple, and it was popping and oozing everywhere, and it got really messy and it looked super ugly. As we're leaving August, something in your life could feel super messy. So frustrating. And now Uranus is like, well, let's go back and choose the change, finally, right? Also at the full moon, Mercury was retrograde, right? He was smack dab next to the sun, opposite the moon, and he has now ended his retrograde and is getting back on track. And he's going to end up going back to the exact same place he was in the sky during the full moon, and he's going to continue on and continue forward. So the mental things that were coming up around the full moon, we've had to reflect, we've had to find some clarity, we've had to find some direction, and now we have to mentally move forward, communicate the new way we want to be, learn about the new way we want to be. And that's another ripple of the full moon in Aquarius. And there's so many more. Like I said, they are going to continue over the course of the next 2 years. So September is like right away, all right, this huge change needed to happen. This huge pimple popped, and now we got to clean up the mess. And that's why I love September, because we are in Virgo sun season. Virgo is the energy of perfection, of organizing, of being detailed, of being analytical, of being practical. It is an earth energy. It is time for us to get our ish together. The fun is over. No more burying our head in the sand. It is time to get down into the nitty-gritty aspects of our daily life. And those daily habits and daily routines, even if they're small, can make a huge difference down the road of what our future can look like. And so we're really going to be motivated this month with Mercury entering his home sign of Virgo, the sun being in Virgo, Venus ending her time in Virgo, and preparing for the eclipses that are to come for an entire year and a half in Virgo and Pisces, which leads me into bringing up the fact that now we are in September and the eclipse portal is open again, because we are going to have a full moon Pisces partial eclipse on September 17th. This is very unique. It is out of sign, meaning our north node is still in the zodiac energy of Aries, but it is so close to the zodiac energy of Pisces that we are going to experience an eclipse. And that eclipse is preparing us for the next eclipse cycle that will be happening in Pisces and Virgo starting on January 11th, 111 of 2025, moving us through all of 2025 and into 2026. Again, these ripple and carry over effects. Now, at that full moon in Aquarius, we know that Saturn was opposite Venus. Saturn was heavily involved with a huge T-square aspect at that full moon. And this next full moon in September, the eclipse, is going to be in Pisces, where Saturn is and Neptune is. There's so much more that we will discuss about that full moon in Pisces in a separate video, but just know the eclipse portal is coming in hot. Right before the eclipse portal officially opens, though, on September 2nd, we're going to have a new moon in Virgo. This is one of my favorite new moons of the year, not only because I'm a Virgo sun, but because it's happening at 11 degrees of Virgo. So check your birth chart. Do you have any planets near 11 degrees of Virgo? Because the sun will be at 11 degrees, the moon will be at 11 degrees. That is 1111, an angel number, a portal. It looks like gates. Gates that lead to your future, gates to other realms and dimensions that are there to assist us energetically if we wish and we pray and we call upon them. So it is a moon of making a wish, setting new intentions to move forward in some area of your life with a practical, detailed lens of doing things, getting things done, and getting organized. And as soon as that new moon energy closes on the 3rd, on the 4th of September, we are going to have the eclipse portal open, and we are preparing for the full moon in Pisces directly opposite Virgo. Also this month, and we're going to wrap it up with this before we get into the top 5 transits I know will impact our relationships for the month, is the fact that Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer. Now, normally he spends about 6 weeks in a zodiac sign. However, he is gearing up for his retrograde, and we are ending 2024 with a Mars retrograde. I want to bring this up now, even though we're going to talk about it in October and November and December and all the way until April of next year. But this is important to understand because as he gears up for his retrograde, he will start to slow down. And instead of 6 weeks in Cancer, he's going to spend 8 weeks in the zodiac energy of Cancer. And then in January, when he retrogrades back into Cancer, he's going to be there from January all the way until April. So this month, we better get used to what Mars and Cancer energy feels like, because it's going to be in our reality until May of next year. So the Cancer area of your life is a major area of life where you're going to have to do some Mars retrograde things and learn some of his lessons. And when Mars is retrograde, we get a little tired because Mars is our chi, it's our stamina, it's our masculine energy. It's how we go out and do things. But not only is he in Cancer, a water energy where he doesn't particularly like to be, so we kind of slow down. It's like we're trying to drive our car through a really deep puddle and we just can't go as fast, and we have to be more cautious and protective of our car. That is Mars and Cancer energy. We'll dive more into that in the planet by planet breakdown, but we also feel our energy sink. Our vitality goes sluggish. And then when he goes retrograde, even more so. So we have to know that at the end of the year, we are going to have to allow time for rest and relaxation. If there are things that we need to get done, we need to start on them now. We have heavy retrograde energy going on in September with Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, Mercury just coming out of retrograde, and we will have Jupiter entering the retrograde party next month. So this isn't a time to be rushing forward. As we are reviewing and reflecting, we are not feeling as much forward momentum as we did at the beginning of the year. That's why I mentioned that in January for my astro forecast for the year ahead. We need to get ish done by June, July, because then life's going to get crazy in August. In September, we're picking up the pieces, and then we're going to slow down as we get towards the end of the year. So September has all of that in store. So with that, let's switch over and talk about the top 5 transits this month that I know will particularly impact our relationship, why, and what you can do about it to prepare. So the first transit that I'm actually loving for relationships is the fact that Venus, who is the planet that rules over everything we love, our relationships, our finances, our material possessions, she is here to help us make our life beautiful and joyful and pleasurable, is entering into her home sign of Libra. This allows us to bring balance and harmony, to make things aesthetically pleasing, to feel this Venusian energy. I love this for relationships. I love this for making your life aesthetically gorgeous. It is a beautiful time to make your home just a little bit more luxurious. It is a beautiful time for you to go to your relationships and ask about the giving and receiving, the reharmonizing of energies with another person, getting more into flow of life, allowing yourself to be a little bit more creative, get lost in thoughts, rom-coms, things like that. So in our relationships, we have this beautiful opportunity to bring some love and joy and beauty to them, also in your finances. And we'll talk more about that when we get to Venus and the planet by planet breakdown. The second thing I know is going to impact our relationships this month is that we are moving into the sun season of Libra. When the sun moves into Libra, this is halfway through the astrological year. We start out the astrological year on March 21st, 22nd, depending on the year, when the sun moves into Aries. When it gets into Libra, we go into the fall equinox and what I like to call soulmate season. And I've done some personal research as being a relational astrologer. When I do couples readings, when I talk to friends or I meet people who've been married for a while, I ask them what date did they get married. And some of the couples I know that have made it the longest in their relationships have their marriage birth chart beginning during Libra sun season. So a lot of my happiest couples, they are celebrating their anniversary during Libra sun season. So if that's you, congratulations, and tell us a secret of a long, happy marriage in the comments below. And if you are planning to get married, Libra sun season is the best time. So if you are single, we also have a beautiful opportunity as the sun and Venus and eventually Mercury will light up the Libra energy in the cosmos, bringing us this energy of wanting to be in partnership, of wanting to collaborate, of wanting to harmonize our energy with someone else, of wanting to be in balance and flow and yin and yang and feminine and masculine. So I love Libra sun season for that reason. Whether you are married, single, ready to mingle, let's get on it after September 22nd. The third aspect that I know is going to impact our relationships this month is that Pisces eclipse, the partial eclipse on September 17th. The reason I say that is because when we have an eclipse, fated, destined experiences happen to us. When the eclipse portal is open, it's kind of like our hands come off the cosmic wheel and we don't have as much control. We kind of have to allow, we have to surrender. Fated, destined things happen to us and happen to people around us. And when it comes to relational astrology, we have to understand that the cosmic weather is not just impacting us. So we can't just plan for our own lives to change. We have to accept the fact that other people's lives are changing too. I see oftentimes during eclipses, for example, that in a partnership, in a business relationship, coworkers, friends, anyone in your life that you relate to, something might change in their life. Something fated and destined, an opportunity may come for them, and they take that opportunity. They follow their destiny. They follow their path. This could be a coworker gets a new job and they leave your company and you don't get to hang out with them as much every day. Your boss quits and you get a new boss. Your partner gets a new job position and they want to move to another city. Maybe someone has an opportunity to adopt a child or start a new business. Like there are so many possibilities around eclipse season. So I just say in relationships, give it grace, give it patience. Everyone has a north node in their birth chart. Everyone has a north star that they need to follow, except that eclipses are times where fated things come into our lives and we will navigate through them. And on top of that, this eclipse is just a little peek, a little doorway into what is to come for the official Pisces and Virgo eclipse season that is going to play out for the next 18 months once we get into 2025. So just pay attention, see what comes up around that time, especially in your relationships. The fourth aspect, I mentioned it in our overview, but this one will definitely impact our relationships, and that is Mars entering the zodiac energy of Cancer. Now, I already mentioned he's going to be there for a long time, all the way until May of 2025, so we got to get used to this energy. But how does it impact our relationships? Well, Mars indicates our masculine energy. how we do things, what we give our energy to, how we are moving forward in our life. It represents our chi and our vitality. And when Mars is in Cancer, Cancer is the protective energy. It's the mother, it's the nurture. It's an energy of keeping things safe, of making sure things are provided for. And for many of us, especially in relationships, but with anybody in our life, we're going to be protective. We're going to want to stand up for people. We're going to want to fight for our families. We're going to want to create safety in our life. We're going to make decisions based on, does this make me feel safe? Does it make me feel secure? Does it make me feel provided for? That could be making decisions to either be in partnerships, leave in partnerships, making decisions in your life that impact people you are in partnership with, because you're now making decisions from Mars and Cancer energy. And again, we'll dive more into that in the planet by planet breakdown. But this is a huge energy that impacts how people around us and how we personally are going to invest our energy and how we're planning on moving forward. Now, again, when we are dealing with this Cancer energy, it is wanting to create this sense of emotional security. So there is going to be a lot of emotional energy coming up, our emotions ruling our decisions. Cancer is ruled by the moon, so this could be changing on a 2 to 3 day basis as the moon changes signs every couple days. So it could get a little confusing, a little wonky, a little hazy. Think back to my example that I mentioned in the overview, where in our relationships or in our life, we are driving a car, a vehicle, our form, our body. And when we get to a huge puddle of water, Cancer energy, we're going to have to slow down. We're going to have to make sure that we are protecting our body, protecting our emotions, protecting our car, right? Protecting our vehicle as we navigate this huge pond of water. And then through that, we are going to decide where we're going to drive when we get to the other side of the pond. And that's not going to happen, like I said, until May of 2025, when Mars officially moves into Leo and we're lit up and we can hit the gas pedal and get back in the left lane. So a lot more to cover with that. We'll get into it in the Mars retrograde video. You want to hear more about that and you like my perspective, hit subscribe, follow along, hit that notification bell. You guys know what to do. That way, when I come out with that video, we can make sense of it together. And then that leads me into the 5th transit for September that I know will impact our relationships. And that is Mercury out of retrograde now, entering into his home sign of Virgo. Now, this is not super exciting for relationships, but it is necessary because when Mercury is in Virgo, he is thinking. This is our software processing system. Mercury is how we think, how we express, how we communicate, what we like to learn, the language and tone that we use with other people. And when he's under the influence of Virgo, we are speaking with detail. We are trying to problem solve. We might be a little critiquing, a little nagging. We might be seeking perfection. We might be wanting to communicate things that aren't working in an attempt to make them better. I personally have a Mercury in Virgo in my birth chart, so I am like this natally and constantly in my relationships, but I'm not nitpicking anyone. I'm just trying to help you make your life better. That is the vibe and the influence we are all going to be under. So not super sexy and romantic for relationships. However, it is important because people will be giving you positive criticism. People will be sharing with you what you could improve. Take the opportunity to listen and elevate yourself because we're all changing our life and we're all wanting to be a new version of ourselves. And you could get some really great feedback. If you're an entrepreneur, listening to your customers could be a great time to ask for surveys or feedback. If you have business partners or coworkers, it'd be a great time to ask them how you could serve them, how you could help them. If you are in romantic relationships, looking at different ways that you can improve your relationships, have more communication, have more conversations, talk about those really tough things that have been going wrong that you've been sweeping under the rug as Mercury's in Virgo and wanting to be of service and wanting to solve problems. So this is something I definitely see playing out for the months of September. And then Mercury will go into Libra and we will want to harmonize and balance and communicate love and peace with everyone in our lives. But we'll get to that at the end of September. So with all of that, I know it's a lot already in this video. Our month ahead forecasts have a lot of info in them, so I hope you're sticking with me. Let's get into the planet by planet breakdown. Remember, again, you're going to listen for your primary life coach, but it's super important to understand what all the life coaches are up to in the month as they're all teaching us lessons in different areas of our life. So let's get into it. I'll take all the planets off the board and then we'll put them all back up one by one. Now, as we go through this portion, make sure you have your birth chart handy. I'm going to be putting the degree points that each planet is crossing in the sky in the month of September. So you want to look in your birth chart in that area to see if it is activating anything within your own unique chart. If you need help understanding it or you're having a lot of activations, you can reach out to me for a private session. We can break it down, help you navigate it, understand what is going on in your life and how you're supposed to be moving forward. You guys know where to find the link to that. So let's get into it. We're going to start out with the North and the South node as a little friendly reminder as we are moving into the eclipse season. The North node is still in Aries. It's at 6 degrees, moving backwards, and the South node in Libra also moving backwards. So when we get to January 11th, 111, the North node will leave Aries and enter into Pisces. The South node will leave Libra and move into Virgo. So you want to check your birth chart. The Pisces and Virgo area of your life is going to be heavily activated in September with all the planets you'll see shortly moving through Virgo, the first eclipse in this energy, and then it's going to ripple, like I said, all the way into 2026. So major destined changes, future opportunities coming to these areas of your life. Now, the North and South node are, like I said, in their final stretch of Aries and Libra. So for the month of September, we are still keeping our eyes on the prize, our North node, North Star in the Aries area of our life. And we are cutting away, removing things in our life that are blocking us from having positive relationships, positive partnerships in the Libra area of our life. So then we are moving on to Chiron. Now, Chiron is the key to our happiness, the key to unlocking our soul, helping us release fear and trauma and old stuck energy. And he is in the zodiac energy of Aries. He has been in Aries for a while. He's going to be here for a while. So we're working on healing things in the Aries area of our life based on our birth chart. And collectively, we are healing negative masculine tendencies, inner child trauma. We are working on the physical body. All of that is ruled when Chiron is in Aries. So that is coming up this month with some planets in conversation with Chiron as well. Now, Pluto in the sky, Pluto, like I mentioned, on the 1st of September, kicking off the month, is leaving Aquarius, where he did a short little dance, and he is heading back into Capricorn, where he's been for 20 years. When he enters into Capricorn, remember, he's at 29 degrees. He's retrograding back. 29 degrees is our anaretic degree. It's the most powerful degree a planet can be within any zodiac sign. It means this planet is going big, not going home at all. Pluto, P, power, control, manipulation, god of the underworld, is here to destroy, break down, create rubble so we can be rebirthed, transformed in a massive new way, bringing in renewal. So what he's essentially saying is, hey, I didn't finish my job in Capricorn yet. I got to go back and crumble and destroy the things that are still stuck. Capricorn in society rules structures, government, institutions, things that have authority, top down, like a CEO in a company, like governments. And so he's like, nope, we got to go back and crumble that some more. This is where we're going to see collectively the final hoorah, the final moments of all the things that Pluto has been trying to break down in society over the last 20 years, saying the time is now. We are done with the old ways. We are done with tradition. We are done with the old foundations of institutions, and it's time to literally crumble them to ashes, because he's about to go into Aquarius for about 15 years, and he puts the power from these institutions into the power of the people, the collective. Aquarius is humanity. So we're going to see a lot of changes in this. You want to look at the Capricorn area of your chart. This is where Pluto is going to be doing his last hurrah. You've been feeling him here for the last 20 years. We move on to Neptune. Neptune is in the zodiac energy of Pisces, starting out the month also at an anaretic degree at 29 degrees. He is retrograding backwards. Remember, Neptune's retrograde is a time where we take the rose-colored glasses off. We are not putting anyone on pedestals right now. We are seeing the truth. The veil is lifted. Everything is coming very clear, because usually Neptune likes to create a little fog, a little illusion, but right now he's retrograde. So we are just seeing it all, and this can be super uncomfortable. Now he is in Pisces. That's where the eclipse is going to be. And so this is really important to understand. Now, moving on to Saturn, Saturn is also in Pisces. He is going to be retrograding back as well for the next few months. And he was heavily involved with that full moon in Aquarius. Now, when we have that full moon in Pisces, the eclipse on September 17th, that eclipse is literally going to be between Saturn and between Neptune. So huge energy here as Saturn is saying we need to have more structure. We need to be more committed. in the Pisces area of our life. We need to deal with the emotions that are coming up. We need to deal with the energetics of our life. We need to have boundaries. We need to see things that we have been shoving down into the sand. And Neptune's like, all right, I agree. I'm going retrograde. We're lifting the veil. This Pisces area of your life, you are having to get more serious, more committed, more disciplined in, when most of the time you're just go with the flow. You're the fish. It all just kind of works out. Not now. We are making some major changes and we are preparing for the upcoming North Node entrance into the Pisces area of your life. So you can have some fated and destined opportunities, fated and destined things that are written in the stars for you. But we got to clean up the mess that's been here in this Pisces area of our life. The full moon is going to highlight the mess that still needs to get cleaned up, where your foundations are still weak in the Pisces area of your life. So Saturn is just working his way back. He continues to teach us lessons. Make sure you know what those are. If you don't know, go check out my Saturn in Pisces video, the retrograde one, so you know for your rising sign what you need to be working on as our tough love dad is retrograde. Because trust me, we don't call him Lord Karma for nothing. His karma is served when he comes out of retrograde. You want to be prepared. Then let's talk about Uranus, right? Like I said, Uranus is choose change. He's going to choose it for you. Otherwise, he was the co-ruler along with Saturn at the full moon in Aquarius that rocked everybody. So we got to know what he's doing this month in September. Uranus is in the zodiac energy of Taurus, right? And on the second of the month, he starts retrograding, going back over everything that was coming up, all the changes we need to make, the habits, the rituals, the routines, the structures in our life, the decisions we're making. He's like, we got to go back. We really got to make sure we're anchoring into this change. We are taking the fixed, stuck Taurus area of our life where we're stubborn. Each one of us in the Taurus area of our life, we don't like to change. Out of all 12 areas of our life, the Taurus area is the one we're least likely to change. But Uranus is rocking us and rocking us and rocking us. And now he's going retrograde and he's like, listen, I gave you a chance to choose it on your own. You didn't want to, I'm going to go choose it for you. Collectively, when Uranus goes retrograde, we can see a lot more natural disasters, especially when he's in Taurus, because Taurus rules Mother Nature. Uranus is an electric, a volatile energy. He actually spins on his axis backwards. So that's why we call him the rebel. He likes to do things in an unconventional way. So just pay attention with his retrograde now. Things could get a little wonky, a little shaky, a little electric. And he loves to surprise you. So unexpected things happening in your life and in the collective society. So moving on from there, let's talk about Jupiter. We love Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of blessing, expansion, growth, and opportunity. I always like to say Jupiter brings you gifts. If you pay attention to where he is in your chart and what he's doing in the sky, you're tapping into the energy he's in. He will reward you. So Jupiter is in the zodiac energy of Gemini. He entered here in May. He'll be here until May of next year. Nothing new here this month other than the fact that he is gearing up for his retrograde. So I'm just going to give you a little preview here is that on October 9th, Jupiter is going to retrograde. So this is our final full month where we get the forward momentum of opportunities and blessings in the Gemini area of your life. After October 9th, when he's going retrograde, those opportunities and blessings get sucked up as Jupiter goes inwards. So we don't have as much expansion and growth. So you really want to capitalize on this energy. Look to the Gemini area of your chart. That's where good things can happen for you if you're working with this Jupiter energy. So communicating, socializing, networking, asking questions, learning things, going back to school, all the Gemini things, being curious, being witty, being lighthearted, trying to figure it out, being a little brave and bold. Think of Gemini like the teenager energy. When you were a teenager, you weren't afraid of anything. You thought you knew everything and you weren't afraid to connect and learn more. So tap into that to receive the gifts of Jupiter. Now, Mars, on the other hand, has been hanging out with Jupiter. We've been taking action. We've been expanding. We've been growing. However, this month in September, right at the beginning of the month on the 4th, he is going to enter into Cancer. Now, I gave a couple analogies already in our overview section. When Mars moves into Cancer, if we think of Mars as our masculine energy, we're in the left lane, we're moving forward, we're making decisions, we have a direction, we got a plan, and we are going for it, speeding down the highway. But when Mars enters a water sign like Cancer, there's a bunch of rain on the street. There is a huge puddle. You could hydroplane if you go that fast. So if we think of our bodies as a vessel, as a vehicle, and Mars is how we move our vehicle forward, the masculine energy, when we get to a zodiac energy a puddle of water when it's a Cancer water energy. We got to slow down. We got to slow down. We got to protect our car, our vehicle, our physical body. We got to protect the things that are valuable to us that are in our vehicle, like our family, like our material possessions. And we got to be cautious, right? And we got to be safe. And so we're going to feel our energy kind of slowing down, being protective of the decisions that we're making sure we're doing the right things, creating more security in our life. And we're dealing with emotions. You know, when you're like driving down the road and it's raining really hard and you can't see where you're going, don't you get emotional? Don't you get like a little scared, a little irritable? You start to feel disrupted. You turn the music down because you're trying to focus because all these feelings of fear and worry start bubbling up. These are things we might have to navigate with Mars in Cancer. This is an important energy to understand because after September 4th, Mars is going to be here all the way until November 4th. He usually spends only 6 weeks in a zodiac energy and then he moves on. And it takes him about 2 years to go around the sky. So Mars has not been in the Cancer area of your life for 2 years. The Cancer area of your life is where you now want to take action, make decisions, make moves, review things, make a game plan, strategize. It's where you have more energy to invest right now. But he's going to be here for 8 weeks instead of 6 weeks this time because as he starts to go into his retrograde phase, he's going to slow down and prepare to turn around. He will then enter Leo from November 4th until we get to January, the middle of January. Once we get to the middle of January, he is coming back to Cancer and he is hanging out there from January until April. So whatever's happening now, we're going to have to go back over it. Pay attention to the decisions and the emotions and the feelings that are coming up that are intuitively guiding you to make decisions because Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's our intuition. It's how we're feeling. And those feelings can change every 2 to 3 days because the moon is switching energies every couple days. So follow your intuition. Notice how you're feeling. Slow down. Allow yourself to be protective. Allow yourself to make decisions that make you feel safe and secure. And we're coming right back to it for the first half of 2025. So let's go into Venus. Now, Venus, as we start out the month, I am loving her energy. If you listen to the top 5 transits portion of this video for our relationships, you know that Venus is in the zodiac energy of Libra. This is her home sign. This is the energy of connection, of partnership, of harmony. Venus is here to make it more beautiful, make it more pleasurable, bring abundance to it. The first couple days of the month, she will be crossing the South Node. So as we enter into September, we're reflecting of what we need to cut away, remove in Libra, people pleasing, listening to the opinions of others, people that don't serve us, where there isn't balance and harmony and fairness and giving and receiving. And Venus is saying, okay, well, that doesn't feel good anymore. That doesn't make my life beautiful. That person and the way they're treating me isn't for me anymore. Fated, destined time to cut it away. South Node. And for the rest of the month, Venus will be moving through her home sign, again, bringing balance to relationships, partnerships, our finances, all the things we love and value. So I love this time of year. Now, she will be here until the 21st. When she gets to the 21st, she's moving into deep, passionate, intense, sexy time of Scorpio. This is a time where our relationships could really have some intimacy, some deeper bonding, some deeper connection, some vulnerability. This is a juicy time for us from September 21st into October. However, when she is in Scorpio, she is going to have some tough conversations with Uranus, opposite in the sky, who's retrograde. So again, sudden disruptions. She is going to be in a square to Pluto as she transforms from Libra into Scorpio. Pluto wants to change things, break things down. So there could be some uncomfortability with this shift. So the first half of the month, things are looking good and juicy. The second half of the month, we got to get raw, real, and vulnerable in our relationships, make big changes so that we can go deeper and be more intimate with the people in our lives. Then let's talk about Mercury. Oh my gosh, thank God he is out of retrograde officially. We are done as we start out September. As we start out September, he is finishing his little dance in Leo. This is where we are roaring, shining, sharing, talking, expressing the things that are authentic to us, sharing our unique talents and skills. We are going back over all the areas of life, topics of conversations, negotiations, things that came into your mind that you want to change about your life. And Mercury's like, all right, let's go do something about it. We want to start a new job and we don't know how to start the job. Let's start learning. I want to change something in my relationship. I want more fairness. I want more equality. Well, I need to talk to my partner about it. I need to have these tough conversations. Key date you want to pay attention to is September 7th. On that day, Mercury is in his third and final square with Uranus. So this could be some final shocking, sudden news The first time he was in a square was at the full moon in Capricorn in July, the blue moon. The second time was at the full moon in Aquarius last month. And this third time is on September 7th. So that is the third and final time, the missing piece of the puzzle, that final conversation, the final decision is made, and we are wrapping it up. That was another ripple we were feeling from the full moon in Aquarius. Then on the 9th, he gets back into his home sign of Virgo, where he was for just a few days at the beginning of August. And now he's officially back and he's loving it. Mercury and Virgo allows us to communicate, express, organize, learn, make sense of things, solve problems, be analytical, see the small details. It is such a beautiful energy mentally where we can get our life on track. This is a beautiful time to incorporate habits, activities, routines, fine-tune things in your life to make them better. Beautiful energy. Now, as Mercury is here, he is going to be kind of involved with this eclipse as he is in Virgo during that eclipse season. He is going to be running into the sun a third and final time at the end of the month, which he did again around the time of the full moon in Aquarius. So that is another ripple we're going to feel. He is also going to be opposite Neptune. Like, we got a lot of mental things to work through this month. You will feel it as mindset shifts, as information, as conversations come in, but all of them, on a positive note, are helping us move forward into the future that we decided we wanted to move towards at the full moon in Aquarius, because we're willing to stop the old patterns and the old habits, and we're finally willing to move forward in our lives. So beautiful energy. When we get to the 26th of September, Mercury will move into Libra, where our mind will be more on partnerships, collaboration, connection, harmony, speaking more lovingly and soft and kind to people, being more diplomatic, charismatic, more charming. If you own a business, by the time we get to the end of September, we got some good planetary placements that are really favorable for entrepreneurs, sales, and marketing, which is perfect as we move into the holidays. More on that later, though, when we get to October. Let's talk about the moon real quick. I don't like to go too deep in this planet by planet breakdown with the moon, because we're going to have separate videos for the new moon in Virgo, the 11/11 moon, where we get to make a wish, and of course for the full moon in Pisces, the eclipse coming up this month. So just let's highlight now. On September 2nd, new moon in Virgo, 11 degrees. Check your birth chart. Do you have any planets around 11 degrees? The sun at 11, the moon at 11, 11, 11. We're making a wish. As soon as that new moon is over, we are opening the door to the eclipse portal as the moon is going from Virgo, getting fuller and fuller and fuller in the night sky until it gets to 25 degrees of Pisces, smack dab between Saturn and Neptune on September 17th, where we're going to have an out of sign, because the North Node is still technically in Aries, an out of sign partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, welcoming in this opportunity to highlight and illuminate the Pisces area of your life where you have not done the work from Saturn, where you have not seen things clearly, Neptune retrograde, to get this area of your life strong, sturdy, and prepared for the destined and fated newness that's to come with the next eclipse cycle. So we'll break that down even more. Just know those are 2 lunations of the month. And then let's finally wrap it up with the sun. Of course, we are starting out September in the sun season of Virgo. So make sure you check on my TikTok channel and my Instagram. I have the Virgo sun season bucket list up there for you. These are activities that you want to get in your calendar during the sun's time of dancing through the cosmic energy of Virgo, shining upon us when you feel the sun on your skin, the opportunity to tap into Virgo energy, being organized, being detailed, planning, getting things checked off your to-do list, making your life more streamlined, smoother, focusing on your digestion, focusing on your physical body, and so much more. So check out those bucket list items. And then when we get to the 22nd of the month, the sun will move into Libra. I call this soulmate season. If you don't know why, go check out my top 5 transits. Number 2 is where I discuss why I call the sun in Libra soulmate season. Beautiful opportunity to highlight the Libra area of your life, to bring more peace and harmony and balance into it. So much more we can dive in with all of these planets. I just try to keep it short here. I hope you guys enjoyed this portion of the video. Let me know in the comments below, what is your primary life coach planet up to this month, and how do you think they're going to impact you What lesson are they trying to teach you? And with that, let's move in to the next part of the video. You can put your birth chart down. Hopefully you got to see where all the planets are going to be, how they're going to affect you. Now let's see how they're going to affect your reality as we look at your calendar. So grab your calendar. I'm going to reset the chart for the 1st of September. We're going to navigate it day by day, week by week. I call it what's in the stars for the week ahead. And then you can see on your calendar and what you got going on for the month of September, how it's going to play into the cosmic weather. And maybe if you need to rearrange some things or cancel some plans. So let's get into that. So we are starting out the month strong and we are ending it with some beautiful alignment that brings direction and clarity to us. We are kicking it off with week 1. So what's in the stars from September 1st until September 7th? Well, we are kicking off the month strong with 2 cosmic weather events right away on September 1st, and they're both major. The first one is Pluto is officially moving back into the zodiac energy of Capricorn, where he is doing his final hurrah. This is the final time we are going to experience Pluto in Capricorn for the rest of our lifetime. He won't be back for another 250 years. He has been in Capricorn for 20 years. So we have been feeling this energy for a really long time, and he's going back and saying, I have to destroy, I have to crumble, I have to tear down, I have to use my power to break down things that no longer work and align here. Now, when he re-enters Capricorn, since he's in retrograde, he goes to 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, the most powerful degree. So we're going to feel a shift right here at the beginning of the month, where we're going to see it not only in our personal lives, wherever Capricorn falls in your chart, but collectively, institutions, governments, things that have top-down structures like corporations slowly starting to crumble, unravel, as Pluto is like things that have weeds in them need to be unearthed. The truth needs to be revealed, and we need to break down the things that actually need a complete transformation, a complete renewal. So we're going to start to see those things crumbling. Also on that day, right on the 1st, we're going to have Uranus, our planet of rebellion, of revolution, of choosing change, of moving towards the future, of shock and surprise, going retrograde. Now, this is a powerful energy because when this planet goes retrograde, it is shifting energy. It is an energy of change, of forward momentum, of progression. But when he goes retrograde, he's like, ooh, okay, I'm going back. Retrogrades teach us lessons. And he is saying, I gave you a chance to choose change in the Taurus area of your life. I gave you a chance. I forced you. I brought energy to you. I have pressed upon you energy to unstick you from the Taurus area of your life, to change patterns and habits and routines that aren't serving you, but you're being stubborn. So let me go back and choose the change for you. So this could be a time now personally and in society where things that have needed to change that haven't changed yet are going to start to feel the Uranian breakdown energy of morphing it into something new. So these energies side by side are very interesting because we're going to start to feel things really moving forward that have needed to for a really long time. So I'm looking forward to this energy. Now on the 2nd of the month, we're going to have Mercury, who's finishing his time in Leo. He's out of retrograde energy in a trine to Chiron. Now this is a ripple of the full moon in Aquarius, because at that time, a few days after, Mercury was in a trine to Chiron. He was help bringing healing energy that we were feeling and needing and craving after the chaos of that full moon in Aquarius. And now he ended his retrograde. He's going back through that area of the sky the 3rd and final time, and he is trining Chiron once again. This is bringing that healing energy of saying, you know what? All this stuff has happened. I'm realizing change needs to happen. There's been uncomfortable energy. There's been frustrating energy. But you know what? I feel more healed. I feel more at peace. I feel like something in my life, how hard as it was, now is leading me to the other side where it feels healed. It feels dealt with. It feels like we've made progress. So I love this day. It's going to bring some healing energy. Also, while all of this is going on the 2nd, we're going to have the new moon in Virgo. Beautiful energy, the sun and moon at 11 degrees of Virgo, 11:11. Make a wish. This is an angel number. It's a portal. It's a gate that opens us up to our future. New moon, setting new intentions, starting new beginnings in the energy of Virgo, which is all about being of service, of making decisions, of being practical, of looking at the details of your life, of getting organized, of creating systems and structures. And so a beautiful energy to create your to-do list, to move forward, to organize something in your home, to start a new habit or routine around your physical health and well-being, to digest information, to learn things, to make your life better, to improve it in some way. I am loving this new moon energy. We move into the third, which is still kind of playing off this new moon energy. Mars, who is in the zodiac energy of Gemini, is going to be at 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, the most powerful degree, as he's about to leave Gemini for 2 years, will be in a square to Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. So around that new moon, we've got Pluto at 29 degrees, Neptune at 29 degrees, and Mars at 29 degrees. 29, final energy, choose change, make a decision because everything's about to change. And so Mars wants to take action and move forward, and Neptune is saying, well, then I will help you and help you see it clear, because no rose-colored glasses over here in Neptune retrograde. We are going to see things for what they are. We're going to illuminate it to help you, Mars, make a decision. But it's a square. And squares are uncomfortable. Squares force us into making a decision. And so something could come up around this time where you have to pick a lane, A or B. Gemini, the twins, you can't dance in between both anymore. You got to pick a direction as we move forward with Mars entering into the zodiac energy of Cancer on the 4th. Big energy there. Lots to talk about with that. We'll get back to it in just a second, because on the 3rd, we're also going to have Venus, who's in Libra, crossing over the South Node in a conjunction to the South Node opposite the North Node, hitting the ecliptic axis. Venus wants to bring beauty, pleasure, harmony. She wants to ask how we can improve our life to make it feel better. And as she crosses the South Node, we're going to have to reflect to the things that are destined for us to let go of. Relationships that don't serve us, codependency, people pleasing, things in our life that no longer bring us joy and beauty and pleasure and comfort. And so that is a fated day for that. Opposite the North Node, saying, hey, am I keeping my eyes on the prize? North Node in Aries, my main character energy, who I want to be, my needs, my desires, my wishes. Because if not, then this is what's usually blocking me. So pay attention on the 3rd, and again, around that new moon in general this week, what is coming up that you're saying, you know what, this just doesn't make my life beautiful anymore. I've got to let it go because I need to focus on myself. Great week to clean up our own backyard with all that energy in Virgo. Now back to the 4th with Mars now in Cancer. This is a total shift of energy, our masculine energy, how we like to move forward and make decisions. In Gemini, it's been air energy. We're going with the flow. We're doing all the things. We're multitasking. And then we get to Cancer energy with Mars, and it's like driving our car through a deep pond of water. Slow, cautious, protective, careful. All these emotions are coming up. It's a huge shifting of energy. We talked so much about that in the planet by planet breakdown, so go check that out. Hit the timestamp for Mars. But this is something we're going to have to get used to, as Mars will be here for 8 weeks instead of his typical 6 weeks. And then he's going to circle back in a retrograde from January of next year all the way until April. So an energy we're going to start feeling on the 4th of September, and one we're going to have to get used to. Then we end the week on the 7th with Mercury in a square with Uranus. This is a huge energy because Mercury in Leo is now going to square Uranus retrograde. This is the 3rd and final time that this has happened. First time Mercury interacted with Uranus this way was at the full moon in Capricorn, back at the blue moon in July. The second time was at the full moon in Aquarius we had last month, and now again here on September 7th. So this again is another ripple from that full moon, some effects that we're feeling. 3rd and final time where Mercury square Uranus, shocking information, communication, information. Something is coming that is surprising, but it is forcing you to choose change. It is forcing you to move forward in a different direction. So you might communicate something to someone and it's like, this is the last straw. This is how it's going to be. Or maybe someone shares something with you and you're like, that's it. I'm done. That was the last piece of information I needed. I was trying to find it during the Mercury retrograde. Couldn't quite get clarity. I got it now. I heard it. I'm making a decision. I'm moving forward. So we're ending this first week of September with a lot of energy. And we're moving into the second week where we kind of get this lull. Now remember, as we move into the second week, the eclipse portal is officially open because now we are done with this new moon in Virgo. As the moon is getting brighter and brighter in the night sky, gearing up for the full moon on September 17th, we have this 1 week period between the first week of September and the third week of September where we get to get our ducks in a row. So let's navigate it. What's in the stars from September 7th until September 14th? We start out on the 8th with the sun in Virgo, out of the new moon energy, getting to about 16 degrees of Virgo, directly opposite Saturn. The sun highlights, the sun illuminates, the sun brings attention because where the sun is, you can't look away. It's all you can see, the brightness in the sky. And Saturn opposite is saying, hold up, stop, right there. Saturn is teaching lessons in Pisces. Saturn is saying, hey, there's something you need to reflect on. Hard work, discipline, commitment that needs to be made, and the sun is illuminating that. We are highlighting the Virgo Pisces axes. This is the axes where the eclipse is happening next week, and we're getting a chance to look at something in preparation for what's to come, the fated and destined changes we need to make. Virgo is the physical body. Pisces is our energetic, emotional, and spiritual body. Are those strong? How are your foundations in this area of life? Virgo is your earthly, practical, day-to-day habits. Pisces is your future energetic, the overlying collective energy of the bigger picture of your life. Virgo is a perfectionist. Pisces is a dreamer and unconditional. Virgo is an earth energy, practical. Pisces is a water energy, all emotional. Like, this is the balance we're trying to do. Physical, spiritual, and emotional. Earth, water. Physical reality, emotional reality. What we perceive it to be in the present day to day, what the greater, beautiful perception is from a higher perspective. This is the axes. This is where we're trying to get in harmony. We're here on Earth. We're in the middle. We're trying to make sense of all of it. And we're getting our ducks in a row now in preparation for the full moon. Then we get to the 9th. I love this day because Mercury comes home into Virgo. We now have our mind on the details. We're trying to perfect things. We're trying to solve problems. We're trying to communicate. We're trying to organize. We're thinking about our to-do list. This is a very cerebral time as we're moving forward in the cosmic weather. On September 11th, as Mercury is in Virgo, he is going to sextile Mars, who is now in Cancer. Sextiles are beautiful energy. It's when two planets are getting along and fusing their energy for us to tap into here on Earth. Mars in Cancer wants to protect. It wants to make decisions based on our intuition. Mercury is saying, well, use your mind, use your logic. Use your logic, get the information, then trust what your body tells you, and then go make that decision. As long as the decision, Mars in Cancer, is to create more safety, stability, and security in your life, then it's a good decision. So we're really able to act and move in some way in the middle of this week. Then we get to the 12th. This is our final astro weather event for the week. The sun in Virgo is going to square Jupiter in Gemini. Now, this is a very interesting energy because the square, again, creates tension, frustration. We got to pick a lane. We got to make a decision. There's some sort of discomfort. The sun in Virgo is highlighting problems we have to solve, where we have to make changes. We have to improve our life in some way. We got to look at our physical body, our daily habits. And Jupiter is like, well, I'll give you gifts if you do those things, but you got to have a game plan. Gemini, the mind, you got to learn some more things. You got to have some more information. You got to ask questions. You got to connect and socialize. This is a great day to get together with a group of people that have similar habits and similar routines and similar direction of where you want to go in your life to improve it in some way. And that's going to benefit you. But the people in your life that maybe are negative, they talk negative things, they have habits and routines and rituals that don't serve you, are going to take you down. So that's a day where you might have to make a decision to decide who you're going to be around, who you're going to network and socialize and connect with and learn from, because it's not going to benefit you and solve a problem in your life and to improve it in some way. So pay attention on the 12th. Again, it's moving you into the eclipse that's happening the following week, which then leads us into the 3rd week of September, the week of the eclipse. So let's break it down. What's in the stars from September 15th all the way to September 21st. We are starting out on the 15th with 2 cosmic weather events dealing with the lovers of the zodiac. The first one is Venus trining Jupiter. Venus is in Libra, trining Jupiter in Gemini. This is a pocket of opportunity. Venus and Jupiter are what we consider the benefics in astrology. They're beneficial planets, Venus bringing us beauty and pleasure, Jupiter bringing us expansion and luck and growth. They are in Libra and in Gemini, relationships and communication and conversation. There's a pocket of energy here where we need to tap into our money, our relationships, our material possessions, our creative projects, and we need to ask for help. We need to connect with people. Jupiter and Gemini will expand and bring blessings and gifts through Gemini energy, through a course, through a networking event, through a friend, through a community, through a conversation, maybe from your siblings. Like, there's something there for us, but we got to get out and talk to people in order to get it. So pay attention on the 15th for that. Now, Mars is going to be in a square as he's moving through Cancer with the North Node in Aries. and a square to the south node in Libra. So a T-square from the nodal axis to Mars. This is a decision that needs to be made. This is an energy that is going to show up again. Now, here's the important thing to understand with this energy. Mars wants to move forward. Cancer, based on intuition, what feels right, based on my emotional compass, in a protective way that's going to make my life feel more safe and secure. Now, the North Node says that is possible if you focus your eyes on the prize in Aries, your North Star, focusing on yourself, your needs, your wants, your desires, cleaning up your own backyard. And you're going to have to cut away, South Node, the Libra stuff, the imbalance in your life where people are not giving and receiving, where you are codependent on the opinions of others. So pay attention on the 15th, right before the eclipse, a decision you need to make to get back in your own lane and clean up your own backyard and let go of everything else that doesn't serve you, that doesn't nourish you. Cancer wants to nourish. We need to make decisions that are nourishing to us. Now on the 16th, we've got Venus opposite Chiron, Venus in Libra now opposite Chiron. So this is an energy of healing. Chiron wants to heal things. Venus is our relationships and our finances. So you may have to do some mental work, physical work, spiritual work around these areas of your life to heal them, to soothe them. And it could bring up some pain points. It could bring some ouchies. So right before this eclipse, there could be a financial disruption. There could be a relationship shift. Again, I mentioned in the top 5 transits, if you watch that portion of the video, this full moon Pisces eclipse could be disruptive for relationships as it brings in change. And change can lead people away from you, or it could cause you to shift something in your life if you want to stay in partnership. So the fact that Venus is opposite Chiron, it brings up some ouchies and some pain points because Chiron wants to heal things. Might possibly heal your codependency and your need to people please. And the full moon is highlighting where you have not done that yet. So then again, on September 17th, full moon in Pisces. I don't want to harp too much on that eclipse as I will have a completely separate video on it. There is so much to break down with this energy. Just know that on the 17th and even the 2 weeks before, up to the 2 weeks after, as this eclipse portal is open, you could have some fated, destined things come into your life. Full moon eclipses are when your hands are off the wheel. It is highlighting and illuminating something in your life you have to release and let go of, something that's not working, a culmination point where a redirection needs to happen. That full moon is happening between Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. So it's squeezed together by Saturn saying, hey, tough love dad, be responsible, be committed, do the thing that's hard. Neptune is saying, I'm retrograde, so no daydreaming, no illusions. You got to see it clearly once and for all. And now you see it for what it is. So it could be very uncomfortable. On the 18th, right after this energy, Mercury in Virgo is going to be opposite Saturn in Pisces. So Mercury is heavily involved with this full moon. Again, more to talk about in a full in-depth video. But as he is opposite Saturn, this is our mind. This is what we're trying to make sense of. These are the decisions we're making as far as our to-do list, organizing our thoughts, solving problems, asking questions, learning things. And Saturn is saying, well, now that you have that information, you got to do the hard thing with that information, right? Hard facts can come to light at this time, and they could be things that challenge what you've previously thought before. So it's a very interesting energy. Now, right around the time, I want to stop right here, the middle of the month, right around the time of the full moon eclipse, we have a grand Earth trine in the sky. This happens when we have planets in all the Earth signs. So we've got Pluto now in Aquarius, Earth. We've got Mercury and the Sun in Virgo, Earth, and we have Uranus and Taurus, Earth energy. This is a trine aspect where these planets are all getting along in the sky because they're all in Earth energy. They're all working together to help us feel Earth energy. And what is Earth energy? Getting real, being practical, getting organized, getting our ish together, not living in la la land, not living in the future, not living in the past, not living in our emotions, but literally our physical reality needs a shift. And we have lots of planets bringing us that energy to move us forward. So I just love this. It manifests in the material world. It helps your day-to-day life look different. So we're going to be feeling a lot of shifts in our reality. What we've actually been needing to do since the full moon in Aquarius, what came up then, here we are, one foot in the front of the other, that is actually making a change in our physical reality. Now, on the 19th of September, the sun in Virgo officially hits that trine with Uranus. So check 27 degrees of Virgo, 27 degrees of Taurus in your birth chart. That's where they're meeting up. The 20th, we've got Venus about to leave Libra, the tail end of her home sign, opposite Neptune. Now, this can bring energy of creativity, of looking at spirituality and how that can make your life more beautiful and more pleasurable. A great day to do some healing, to go to therapy, to work with art, to dance, to sing, to draw, to paint. I love this energy. There could be this force asking you, am I doing enough of the Neptunian stuff? Am I dreaming enough? Am I manifesting enough? Am I focusing on my energetic body enough? And then the next day on the 21st, Venus moves into the zodiac energy of Scorpio. And as she does that, she's now going to be attracting and magnetizing things into the Scorpio area of your life. She is saying, hey, our life can be more beautiful and pleasurable if we get deep, if we get raw, if we get vulnerable, if we share our most intimate thoughts and fears with other people, if we're willing to go deep down into those taboo subjects of life. When Venus is in Scorpio, we can improve our sex life. We can make things more beautiful and pleasurable in that arena as well. So an exciting energy on the 21st as Venus will be in Scorpio over the course of the next 4 weeks. Now, also on the 21st, as we wrap up this week, Mercury is going to be in a square with Jupiter. Now, this is an energy where Mercury, again, is our mind. We're trying to organize things. We're trying to get things done, check things off our to-do list. And Jupiter is saying, well, hold up a second. Do you have all the information? I'll give you a gift. I'll bless you, but we still got to learn. We got to connect. We got to ask questions. You can't assume that you know everything. Virgo thinks they know everything. You have to ask and get other opinions. Gemini, multiple opinions, multiple perspectives, multiple ways of being, not super serious. So there might be something you still have to learn after this full moon in Pisces, some information. You maybe need to ask questions of someone who's different from who you are. And that wraps up this crazy week right in the middle of the month as we move into the final week of September. We are going to be just moving through that ecliptic portal as we're getting ready for the next eclipse, the new moon in Libra that's happening in the beginning of October. So this week we're just shifting energies a little bit. We're letting things die down as we focus our attention on other areas of our life. So let's break that all down. How can we prepare this week? What's in the stars from September 22nd all the way till September 28th? As we start out this week on the 22nd, the sun is in its final moments of Virgo as it leaves Virgo at 29 degrees. It is in a trine to Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Now, this is a day that brings transformational energy. This is the day in September where I could really see, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video on September 1st, when Pluto moved into Capricorn, where he's destroying and tearing down and crumbling the institutions and the things in our life that have this top-down structure with authority and tradition and the way it used to be. The sun is going to heat that up on the 22nd. The sun is going to trine that. It's going to support Pluto. He's going to say, okay, I'm going to heat you up from over here. I'm going to allow you to bring this huge energy, the sun, into this necessary energy of renewal, of transformation. So I could see something happening right around the eclipse or right after the eclipse with this energy. Now, on the 22nd, right after that happens, the sun is like, well, let me get out of here. Let me get into Libra. I love the sun season of Libra. I call it soulmate season. The sun highlights and heats up and illuminates the Libra area of your birth chart. On the 22nd, that will then mark the fall equinox. It is the halfway point of the astrological year when the sun hits 0 degrees of Aries. It is where we begin the astrological year. And then when it is halfway through all zodiac signs at 0 degrees of Libra on September 22nd, we have the fall equinox, the equal balance. Libra is the scales, bringing harmony back to things, giving and receiving, yin and yang, feminine and masculine. We got to bring it all together in this beautiful way. So Libra is about creating peace and this energy of connection, collaboration. That's why I call it soulmate season. So whether you are single or in partnership, this is a beautiful time for you to really feel connected to other people. Now, go check out my Libra bucket list. I'll be posting it on my Instagram and my TikTok. These are activities you can put in your calendar for the next 4 weeks to tap into the sun being in Libra, to work with the cosmic weather. And also on that day, Venus is going to be in a square to Pluto. Now, not a super comfortable energy for any of us. Now, there is this assistance of Venus saying, hey, if things are going to be beautiful, what we value, what is important to us, maybe we need to transform it. maybe we need to make change. So right around the 21st, 22nd, we could see some massive changing, especially with the sun moving into Libra as well and leaving Virgo, also activating this Pluto energy. When we get to the 24th, Mercury is in his final stretch of Virgo, his home sign as well. He's going to be in a trine to Uranus. This is a day where, again, this shocking, sudden, unexpected information we've been receiving over the last couple months brings us this awareness. It's like, okay, I am now going to go in a different direction. I'm going to choose change, Uranus. It's maybe this favorable information that comes your way. It's unexpected. You've been waiting for this contract. You've been waiting for this piece of the puzzle. You've been waiting for someone to tell you the truth. You've been waiting, and now here it comes, and it's like, yes, this is now the forward momentum that I need. So I can see this resolution of sorts around the 24th. On the 25th, Mercury is then going to be opposite Neptune. So again, we're just seeing it clearly. If we would have gotten this information a couple months ago, we probably would have shoved our head in the sand. We would have been delulu about it. We wouldn't have wanted to believe it. We'd want to see the best in somebody, but not now, not this time. Mercury opposite Neptune, who is retrograde. There are no pedestals to be had here. Everything is 2020 vision. And then we end this week with Mercury leaving Virgo, entering the zodiac energy of Libra, joining the Libra party over here, getting ready for the new moon. Mercury in Libra is having our mind, our processing software system, our language, our tone, how we're expressing, speaking, and communicating. Libra with peace, balance. This is great, again, for entrepreneurs now for the next 3 weeks, because Mercury in Libra allows us to speak with a little bit more charm, a little bit more charisma, a little bit more romance. People are saying what you want to hear. We are connecting and collaborating with people in a beautiful, energetic, harmonious way with give and take, with balance. So I love this energy. This wraps up this week of September. And as we move to the final couple days of the month, we really have this completion of energy before we move into October. So let's wrap it all up. What can we expect for the final few days of September? What's in the stars from September 27th until the 30th? Well, when we get to September 29th, we are going to have the sun now in Libra, running into the south node at 5 degrees and opposite the north node at 5 degrees of Aries. This is going to be an opportunity for us to reflect on how much we are focusing on the north node in Aries, main character energy, eyes on the prize, cleaning up our own backyard, and leaving people-pleasing, codependency, and toxic relationships behind. The sun is going to heat that up. You're going to have to do some inventory. You're going to have to check in how far you've come since the new moon total solar eclipse we had back on April 8th. This is a piece of that puzzle. How far have you come? A beautiful day to reflect on this energy. And then also on the 29th, Mercury is going to get involved with this energy. So we're thinking about it. We're feeling it. We can't look away. And really a day to reflect. How much energy are you investing in yourself versus other people? And do you, Libra, need to rebalance the scales? Then we end the month on the 30th with Mars in Cancer, trining Saturn. This is a day where, again, Mars wants to take action and Mars wants to move forward. And Saturn's saying, well, you got to do the tough things. You got to be responsible. You can't dig your head in the sand anymore. You got to create some boundaries. So there could be some emotions or intuition coming up at this time that guides you forward on the next step you need to make. We've learned a lot in September. We've had a lot of epiphanies in August. We've had to choose change. A change has been forced upon us. We've had fated and destined things come in from the eclipses. And we're ending September with Mars saying, okay, I feel it in my body. My intuition is telling me I'm being cautious and careful. I'm nourishing myself. I'm protecting myself. I'm making sure this is the right decision. I'm going slow. I'm cautious. And Saturn's like, good, go do the hard thing. You will be rewarded, Lord Karma, for doing the things you need to do. And on that day, Sun and Mercury come together in the sky, the Cazimi. Our mind is really illuminated with the clarity and the focus on the things we need to do in our life to bring balance and harmony back to it. And we end the month with peace as we move into October and prepare for the next cosmic weather that's ahead of us. So let me know, do you have anything on your calendar around any of the dates we mentioned in today's video? Is there anything that you're looking forward to that you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? I have something big coming on this month. If your birthday is in September, happy solar return. Let me know in the comments below. I will give you a discount to a solar return reading if you're interested. I love doing a solar return reading. My birthday was August 31st, and I always look at that chart to see what this year around the sun energetically looks like for me and how I'm supposed to tap in to the energy of that solar year to maximize and work with my potential for the year ahead. So I'd love to do that for you too. I'm going to start offering these. This is the first month I'm going to do a discount for solar return chart reading. So just comment below if you're interested, and I'll put a link in the description box for you to book your discounted reading for that. So I know we have so much going on for the month of September. If you've made it this far in my video, I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Astro family. I love growing this YouTube channel. I love connecting with you guys. I don't call myself the relational astrologer for nothing. I really love connecting with other like-minded people. So say hello in the comment section below. Join our Telegram channel if you're wanting more individual daily support to navigate the cosmic weather, make sense of it in your life, know how to move forward on a day-to-day basis. We also have our group chat where we're supporting each other and navigating it all together as a family. The link again is in the description box below for the free 7-day trial. And lastly, I want to share with you something that can support you for the month of September. If you didn't know, I have an astrological tea collection. This is something I formulated last year with an herbalist who is very keen on understanding energy. So each tea blend helps you tap into the cosmic energy of that zodiac sign. You can drink the tea for your own zodiac sun sign, as it has herbs in it to help you support the area of your body that you're meant to focus your light, your sun, your attention on based on your sun sign. But more importantly, you can drink it around cosmic weather events to be more in alignment, to be more in flow with the harmony of the cosmos. And with that, for September, I'm going to do a sale. I've never done anything like this either, but I feel like with the Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle upon us, we need to all be in preparation for it. So what I'm going to offer is a bundle where you can get the Virgo tea, which this is our gut health tea, as most Virgo suns have gut health issues. So this is going to help you improve your physical body and tap into the nervous system regulation that is necessary with the productive energy of Virgo, and the Pisces tea blend, which helps you tap into the energetic part of your body. This is our spiritual tea. This is for prayer. This is for meditation, for journaling, for higher perspective. And as I mentioned before, the Pisces Virgo axes, where the eclipses are going to happen in 2025 and 2026, with a preview this month, deals with our physical body and our emotional, mental, and spiritual body. It deals with our earthly reality and our higher conscious perspective. And these teas are going to help you tap into that energy. Now, the special is you get both of these teas and you get a third one free. You can pick your own sun season blend. You could pick a blend that you want to tap into your partner's energy, maybe their sun sign, so you could be more in alignment and in flow with them. You could pick a completely random tea blend that calls to you because maybe that's an area of your birth chart that you're needing more focus and attention on. You could pick the Aries blend where the North Node is right now. If you need help deciding on what third blend to get for free, reach out to me. In the description box below is a link to the Astrological Tea website. There is a contact form in there. You can type me a quick message and say, hey, I want the September tea special. I don't know what the third blend I should pick for free. Now, also what I'm going to offer, another little bonus, is let's say you get your 2 free tea blends and you get your third blend for free, but you don't have a tea strainer. I had these beautiful tea strainers that have crystals on them, and you can get this for an extra $10. So for $30, 3 tea blends and your cosmic tea strainer with a pendulum included, this beautiful crystal, and I will send that all to you to help support you for the month of September, for the eclipse season. My gift to you. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, supporting this channel, supporting my growth as the relational astrologer. I appreciate you guys so much. And with that, let's jump into the rising sign forecast. All right, the portion of the video you're probably actually here for, but before we jump into the rising sign forecast for September 2024, let's do some quick housekeeping announcements. Remember, I'm a Western tropical astrologer. I use whole sign systems. So if your birth chart is not calculated for whole signs, you can head to the description box below. I have a video I posted here on YouTube on how to pull up your chart on astro.com to calculate it with whole sign systems. I do find that to be most accurate. Now, you're going to want to listen for your rising sign. However, if you do not know your time of birth, you can listen for your sun sign to get some clues. Lastly, please remember this is a general forecast. I do not have your birth chart in front of me. Each one of us is so unique and we have so many different scenarios that can come into play when we're talking about the astro weather. So what we're going to be highlighting is what your primary life coach planet is up to this month, the areas of life that you're going to be impacted, and also where you need to focus your attention with the upcoming eclipse cycle. So a lot that we'll break down. I'll also give you any channeled messages that come through for your rising sign as I am recording this video. So with all that being said, let's get into the rising sign forecast. Aries risings, we are starting out with your primary life coach, Mars. Mars is the planet in the driver's seat of your life, helping you take action, move forward, make decisions, and get things done. Now, your primary life coach is in the zodiac energy of Gemini as we kick off this month. He's been there for 6 weeks, and now officially on September 4th, he is moving into the energy of Cancer. This is your 4th house, the area of home and family. Now, Mars has not been here for 2 years. And so this is a huge opportunity, a time in your life, a cycle that's coming back up where you can focus your energy, giving your attention to the 4th house area of your life. We're talking home, family, ancestors, property, real estate, your emotional health, generational things going on, your mother, all areas of life that are going to need your focus and attention. Now, Mars helps us make decisions in this area of life, help us move forward, strategize. And something for you, my Aries risings, to keep in mind is that not only is Mars going to be in the zodiac energy of Cancer, your 4th house, for 8 weeks instead of 6 weeks, he is going to circle back from his retrograde motion in January all the way until April. So you, my Aries risings, get Mars for an extended amount of time in your 4th house of home and family. Our 4th house is an anchor foundational area of our chart. It impacts us in a large way, ruling our home and our family. But he is also your primary life coach. So very important for you to navigate this energy. Now, besides Mars, let's go ahead and look at where the eclipse is happening this month. There's a lot of energy in Virgo and in Pisces. We have the Sun and Mercury and Venus all in the energy of Virgo. And across the sky in Pisces, we have Saturn and Neptune and the full moon on the 17th of September. So your Virgo Pisces axis is very highlighted this month. This is needing huge focus and attention for you. This will carry and ripple over all the way through 2025 into 2026. These are your 6th house and your 12th house. We are looking at your areas of life, of your physical body, your day-to-day habits, your daily routine. What do you do on an overall basis on a micro scale that keeps you well and healthy? And the Pisces area of your life is your energetic, emotional, and spiritual health and how you keep that healthy. So this is a time in your life, especially with the eclipses coming up in this area of your life for the next 2 years, essentially, you're going to have to learn to focus and balance, cut away things that are blocking your physical well-being, your overall habits from being vital and healthy, and focusing more on your energetic, mental, and spiritual health, doing some healing around those areas, healing ancestral trauma, old wounds, karma coming up for you to clear and purge. So very interesting cycle beginning for you, my Aries risings. These are not typical areas of life that are super exciting for you to look at as you are a Mars-ruled person and you'd rather take action and make moves and be physically active and act before you think. But this cycle is going to shift some things for you, so it's best to prepare this month. Now, the sun is highlighting your 6th house of health and wellness until the 22nd, so you are focusing your energy and your attention with the sun illuminating this area of your life for the first half of September. So focus on your habits, focus on your routines, focusing on your work, your supplements, your diet, going to the doctor, movement, all these things are going to be super important for you. When that new moon comes, you want to set intentions around new habits and routines you'd like to begin for your health and your well-being. When the full moon rolls around, however, on September 17th, that is going to highlight this Pisces area of your life where you've hopefully been learning lessons with Saturn, our tough love dad, trying to teach you to have more discipline and commitment to your 12th house. This is your area of life, again, of your mental health, your limiting beliefs, your subconscious, your addictions, your escapism tendencies, karma, old patterns that need to be broken, things that you are doing to sabotage your own life, your spirituality, your emotional health that you repress and you don't want to focus on. So at that full moon, it's going to highlight this area of life that you are going to have to look at, that you're going to have to acknowledge, that you're going to have to do some releasing and letting go around so you can step into the next chapter of your life. So my Aries risings, there's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. I send you so much love and light, my Aries risings. Remember, your primary life coach is going to be in the watery energy of Cancer. So my channeled message to you is to remember that usually you are a vital, energetic person. You like to move forward. You like to take advantage of opportunities. You like to fight for the things that you desire. However, you're going to have to learn to slow your roll, to go within and make decisions based on your intuition. Learn how you feel. When Mars is in Cancer, it's in a water energy. We're slowing down. Your primary life coach is going to go retrograde at the end of the year. So all that energy is coming inwards instead of going outwards. So it's going to be a shift and a learning experience for you, my Aries risings. So keep that in mind. You might feel more sleepy as we get towards the end of the year, not as energized, not as motivated. Your stamina may come down a little bit. That's okay. We're learning to feel and we're learning to go a little bit slower in life. Remember, it's just a season. It's just a cycle. Things will pick right back up where they left off as we get into the next Mars cycle. So send you guys so much love and light. I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. My Taurus risings, we're going to start out first with your primary life coach. We are looking at Venus. What is she up to this month? She's got a lot going on. We start out the month with her in her home sign of Libra. This is great news for you, my Taurus risings. And we end the month with her diving into the deep, deep, intense, passionate energy of Scorpio. You're going to feel this shift more intensely than everyone else. Remember, Venus is always trying to teach you how to make your life more beautiful and pleasurable, magnetize and attract things into your life.
There was an issue with the audio, but I couldn't leave you hanging. So let's continue with your primary life coach, Venus, starting out the month in the zodiac energy of Libra. This is your 6th house. So when Venus is in your 6th house, you are magnetizing and making more beautiful your area of life related to your health, wellness, daily routines. So we're looking at your habits. We're asking ourselves, how are we going to make our workouts, our diets, our supplements, the things that we do on a day-to-day basis feel beautiful, feel pleasurable, feel enjoyable. And it is the zodiac energy of Libra. So remember, when it comes to your health and wellness, you have to have balance. You cannot go all in on a crazy diet. You have to have days and weekends where you can have some cheat meals. So making sure you have balance in your life, you're not overdoing it in the work department, you're not overdoing it with your diet or your workouts. You're bringing this area of life back into balance. And Venus is helping you make it more beautiful and feel more pleasurable until we get to the 21st of the month. On the 21st of the month, your primary life coach is moving into your 7th house of Scorpio. This is where things get really interesting. They get intense because your 7th house, it deals with your relationships. When Venus comes home to this area of the sky for you, you are able to look at partnerships, people in your life that you blend and harmonize your energies with and say, how do I make these relationships more beautiful? How do I make them more pleasurable? Now, if you're single, this will be a great time as we end September to magnetize and attract a partnership to you that could be romantic. If you are in a business and you are trying to attract people to collaborate with, or maybe a new business partner, also a beautiful energy for you to wrap up September. So remember, your primary life coach, Venus, is always making your life more beautiful and pleasurable. She will be in your 6th house for the first half of the month and then the 7th house.
And then, of course, our biggest energies outside of your primary life coach is the Virgo area of your life and the Pisces area of your life. In Virgo, we have the Sun, Mercury, and the South Node traveling through. And your primary life coach just went through that area of the sky. And across the sky in Pisces, we have Saturn, Neptune, and that full moon on the 17th, which will be an eclipse. So the Virgo Pisces axis of your chart is being heavily influenced this month by many planets. And it's going to lead into the eclipse cycle that we're going to have for the next 2 years. So the time is now in September for you to pay attention to these areas of life before the eclipses officially enter on January 11th. So this is dealing with your fifth house, your creative projects, your children, your hobbies, your inner child, what you like to do for fun. If you're an entrepreneur, your business. If you're looking to date, this deals with romance and partners that you're dating and getting to know. And across the sky in Pisces, it deals with your 11th house, which is your larger social circle, your community, your friends, your networks. The 11th house deals with your future and your dreams, your wishes, your goals. And these are two areas of life that are going to be big key pieces for you over the course of the next 2 years. So what you're going to want to do as the sun is traveling through the zodiac energy of Virgo, your fifth house, until the 22nd of September, you're going to highlight, it's going to illuminate any creative projects that you've been meaning to work on, things that you like to do for fun, great time to do some hobbies, go to a concert, start dancing, hang out with people, go on dates if you're single, spend some time with your children. The sun is going to illuminate this area of your life. Mercury is going to be there helping put your mind towards this area of life. And you have a new moon there on September 2nd to set some new intentions around the specific area of your life. Now, on the 17th, we're going to have a full moon highlighting these axes. And in Pisces, you have Saturn there, who's been hopefully teaching you lessons. You've hopefully been on board with Lord Karma, asking you to be more disciplined, committed, and figure out who in your life you're actually wanting to carry with you into your future when it comes to your friendships, your social circle, and your community, letting go of those who don't serve you. And this also deals with your future. So no more just allowing the future to come, no more digging your head in the sand, by actually being strategic, planning, looking forward. Saturn really likes to have a strong foundation. So doing some vision boarding, setting up some monthly and yearly goals. These are things that could be highlighted or illuminated around the full moon. It's going to ask you what you need to release and let go of that's blocking you towards getting to your future, friends that are holding you back, and then asking you to recommit to the things that you actually want your future to be. So pay attention around that full moon. It's a big energy. Now, after the full moon, when we get to the 22nd, the sun is going to move into Libra. When the sun enters Libra, the sun is now going to move into your sixth house of health and wellness. So for Libra sun season, I'm going to encourage you to focus your energy, focus your light, focus your attention on your health and wellness, your daily habits, your daily routine. As we end September, it's going to be a great time for you to look at your supplements, your diet, your nutrition, booking doctor's appointments, focusing on your habits day to day, like your work-life balance, your sleep routines. All of that is coming up next for you when the sun hits the zodiac energy of Libra. Now, the big star of the show this month that we need to focus on is Mars. Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding, and he will be here from January until April. Now, when Mars enters Cancer, he is moving into your third house, giving you extra energy and vitality, helping you make decisions and move forward around. The third house area of your life is your mental area. Learning new things, exploring new things, going back to school, taking a course, communicating and sharing your story. Mars is going to help you take action, bring you the motivation to maybe start that podcast, write that book, tell your story, get out there and meet new people and network and socialize. Mars likes to go places and do things. And the third house is about your local community. So maybe you get out there and volunteer and meet new people. Maybe you travel to local states. This is about your siblings. So investing your energy into building relationships with your siblings. Now you're getting Mars here for an extended period of time. So this is super exciting. Know that this area of life is going to be changing as you're making decisions and formulating new game plans as you're moving forward with Mars going retrograde here eventually and hanging out in your third house area of life all the way until May of 2025. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. And my channeled message for you, my Taurus rising, really deals with Uranus being in your first house. Remember, Uranus is retrograding now. As of September, Uranus wants to break you free, shake you up, get you out of your stuck patterns and habits. This is happening in your first house. This is your identity. So you may really be feeling like a big part of you internally is wanting to change your life in a big way. You're wanting to be perceived different. You're wanting to show up different into the world, and you're wanting to really live an authentic life. And this might be the time, this might be the season in September when you say, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm dressing how I want to dress. I'm presenting myself the way I want to present. I'm going to totally change and rebel and do everything differently than I've ever done before. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but I'm willing to choose change because who I am and how I show up is going to determine the life I'm going to live, the people I'm going to be in partnership with. So if you've been really wanting to create a change in your life, Uranus now retrograde is saying, come on, do it, or I'm going to choose it for you. So step into your power, step into who you want to be. And I'm going to send you so much love and light. Thank you so much for being here. I will catch you in the next video. My Gemini risings. Let's start out with Mercury, your primary life coach. You have been through it, my Gemini risings. I've talked to so many of you in our private Telegram chat. I know you're watching here on YouTube. And to those of you who are Gemini rising and just showing up for the rising sign forecast here on YouTube, hello, I know you've been through it. Let's break it down. Mercury has been retrograde. This has been throwing you for a total loop, even though you're used to it. This happens almost 4 times a year. However, this one has been a little bit different because we've also had Mars and Jupiter in your first house. You're going through an identity shift. You are changing the way in which you want to show up in the world. You are expanding. You're wanting to be bigger and better and different than what you've been. You're not playing small anymore. You're wanting to figure out, how can I be seen on a large, grand scale by other people and in a different way than people have seen me in my past. And Mars has been helping you take action towards that over the last 6 weeks. It's not the person that maybe used to have this career or this profession. You're now wanting to do something different. It's not the person that used to dress like this. You now want to look different and cut your hair. You don't want to be perceived as who you were. You want to rather create a brand new identity. My Gemini risings, it's been huge for you. And your primary life coach has been retrograde. So in your mind, you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? Is this the right thing? Is this the right career? Is this how I should dress? What are people thinking of me? Should I change my social media platforms? Like, all these thoughts are racing for you. Start out the month with Mercury in Leo in your 3rd house. This is your mind over here in the retrograde period, thinking about what you should learn, going back to school, taking a course, trying to gather more knowledge and information. You're going back over something to gather more wisdom. Now, Mercury is leaving Leo right here at the beginning of the month on the 9th of September, moving into your 4th house of home and family. So you're going to spend time from the 9th of September until the 26th with your mind and your thoughts and your questions and your conversations around your 4th house of home and family. Great time to look at property and real estate if you're looking to invest in that. Great time to connect and converse with your family, ask questions. Great time to look into your lineage or genealogy of some sort. Great time to have conversations with your mother or mother type figures in your life. Also doing some emotional healing and thinking about your emotions and what your emotions are calling you to do. Now, when your primary life coach Mercury moves into Libra on the 26th of September, moving into October, this is going to go into your 5th house. This is so beautiful for creative passion projects for you, where your mind is going to be firing on all cylinders around tapping into creating some sort of project you've been meaning to do for a while, communicating with children, helping children, speaking more with your own children, talking to people who have similar hobbies to you, like to learn similar things to you. A great time for you to use your mind in some sort of creative aspect, going on dates with your partner, whether it's a first date or dating your long-term partner again, and doing some fun verbal things with them. So that will be at the end of the month as we wrap up September. Now let's circle way back. Let's talk about Virgo and Pisces. We know this is where the eclipse is happening in September. It is opening up the axes of your Virgo 4th house and Pisces, your 10th house, where the eclipses are occurring not only in September, but for the next 2 years once we get to January 11th of 2025. So these are two areas of life that are coming into change, a pattern and area of your life that you're preparing for now. The fourth house of Virgo is where the sun is, and Mercury here in this area of your life, and Venus just danced her way through here last month. Across the sky in Pisces, we've got Saturn, Neptune, and the full moon this month. So fourth house of home and family, we have the sun highlighting this area of life, focusing your energy, focusing your attention here until September 22nd, shining a spotlight on it so you can see it clear. Great time to do renovations around your home, DIY projects. Again, look at property or real estate if you're looking to move or purchase. If you are wanting to talk to your family, connect with your family, make plans with your family, have a Zoom call with your family. A great sun season for you to highlight the sun, your energy onto that fourth house area. And Mercury's there, so your mind's there as well. And that's your primary life coach, right? Now, when we have the new moon there, it's an 11-11 moon. So you're going to make a wish in this area of life. What intention, what manifestation, what beautiful thing do you want to call in around the September 2nd new moon in Virgo in your fourth house of home? On September 17th, we're going to have the eclipse, that full moon in Pisces, highlighting and illuminating your 10th house, your career area of life. But this is not just your career. This is your reputation, the legacy that you're building, what you're known for in the world, the title that you carry. So what do people call you? What do people know you for? Are you changing that? Are you adjusting that? The full moon is going to highlight what is working and what isn't. Saturn, our tough love dad, has been in your career house since March of last year, asking you, are you really committed to this career, to this industry, to this niche? Do you really want to have this purpose? Do you want to have this title? Is it something you really want? Because now's your chance to change it. Instead of going with the flow like what you normally do, Pisces the fish, you are now being called at this full moon to open your eyes and to see if this is what I want to continue doing for the next 30 years. Or is it time to highlight and release and let go of what was at this full moon so we can call in new opportunities as the North Node enters into your 10th house of career on January 11th of 2025 for 18 months. So lots of new opportunities coming in your career area, which may possibly cause you to have to let go and release to something in your home and family area. But that's a whole topic for another video. We'll get into that into the Pisces full moon video. I'll be diving way deep into that and helping you prepare for 2025. Now, the big star of the show this month that we need to focus on is Mars. Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding and he will be here from January until April. Now, this is exciting because Cancer is your second house of money. You get Mars, our planet of taking action and making decisions around your financial area of life for the next 6 months, an extended amount of time that's very rare and unique. So you're going to be taking action on your income, putting more effort into making more money, your budget, acquiring assets, resources, material possessions. Maybe it's buying and selling and trading things. Maybe it's changing your job. You're making decisions around your worth, how much you're charging. Mars is going to come in here and really help you move forward in the money sector of your life. Now remember, he's going to retrograde and he's going to come back in January all the way until April. And that's going to be a time where you're going to have to review and go back and strategize and formulate a new game plan. So there may be some money things that you're doing right now as we go from September into October that you may have to come back and re-strategize again. But you're really going to be moving forward and putting your effort and investing your energy, your chi, and your stamina around your money. This is super exciting energy for you, my Gemini rising. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. And the channeled message I kept getting for you, Gemini Rising, is to remember to use your words. You are a mercurial ruled person. You use your voice, your tone, your energy towards sharing information, telling your story, learning about other people. This is such a beautiful energy for you now that Mercury's retrograde is over, that you need to connect. I keep hearing the message of connect, connect, connect. Ask questions, get out there, reach out. You're not in this alone. Like, I keep hearing these messages for you, my Gemini Rising. So continue forward, keep gaining wisdom and knowledge, however that looks for you. Don't be afraid to tell your story, to raise your hand and say, I need help. I just keep getting that message for you. So I hope that helps. Let me know how you're navigating all this energy. I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you for being here, and I will catch you in the next video. My Cancer Risings, you are a lunar ruled person, ruled by the moon. The moon is changing every 2 to 3 days. So if I did your rising sign forecast based on your moon throughout the month of September, we'd be here for an hour. So let me simplify it. We are going to start out with the new moon in Virgo and the full moon in Pisces. And then we give you some other things you need to know and pay attention to throughout the month of September. First things first, we have the new moon in your third house on September 2nd. This is going to give you an opportunity to make a wish. It is at 11 degrees of Virgo, 11:11. Make a wish on the third house area of your life. Set some new intentions, a new beginning for you. The third house area of life is around education, learning things, teaching things, speaking things. It deals with social media, it deals with podcasting, writing a book, sharing your information out into the world in some way, impacting people through sales and marketing, connecting with people in your local region, local area, local network, like a networking community, dealing with your siblings, transportation if you need to manifest or get a new car. All these things are favorable at the new moon. Set your wish, set your intention. And then when we get to the full moon on September 17th, we are going to have an illumination, a highlight across the sky, across your birth chart at your ninth house area of life. The ninth house area of life, it deals with publishing, it deals with your wisdom, it deals with a mentor or mentoring other people. I call it the bucket list area of your life. So it might highlight and illuminate some things that you have not yet accomplished that you do want to do. It might highlight where you need to take a risk or be bold or be brave or be spontaneous or go on an adventure, as the ninth house really is foreign land, foreign travel, getting out of your comfort zone, expanding beyond your horizons. So there are some things in your life that may come up around that time that you're like, damn, I haven't been doing that. Now remember, Saturn's in Pisces in your ninth house since March of 2023, asking you to be disciplined and committed to the ninth house area of your life. Have you wanted to go back to school and get a higher education program? Have you been wanting to find a mentor? Have you been wanting to share your wisdom out in the world by publishing something? Have you wanted to check something off your bucket list and you haven't yet? Well, Saturn's saying it's time to get committed and disciplined to the ninth house. This is a great area of life to have Saturn, but you have to do the work. And you can't just bury your head in the sand and think things are going to come to you. This full moon is going to highlight what you need to do to accomplish the things that you want to do in your life. Maybe it's go on a trip that you've been wanting to do for 20 years. The time is now to book it. The full moon is going to highlight the opportunity. Now remember, the third house of Virgo and the ninth house of Pisces for you is the Virgo Pisces axis, where this eclipse is happening this month. It is activating and highlighting these areas of your chart to prepare you for the next upcoming eclipse cycle that will play out all of 2025 and into 2026. So we're getting ready for that. There's going to be some fated and destined opportunities with the North Node in Pisces next year in this ninth house area of your life. Going on a retreat, going on a trip, checking something off your bucket list. But are you being bold and brave and spontaneous? Are you willing to take a risk? Are you willing to do something new? That's the question at the full moon for you, my Cancer Risings. And I know that can be hard for you. So pay attention to all that. I have a couple more things that you might want to know about your September forecast. The sun in Virgo in your third house is going to be moving from the beginning of September until the 22nd, highlighting and illuminating, again, this area of your life to maybe share something, tell a story, connect with people, illuminating your social media. If you have your own business, a great time to do some sales and marketing through storytelling, wanting to start a podcast. The sun is going to look at this area of your life. Now, when we get to the 22nd, the sun is going to move into Libra, which is your fourth house of home and family. As we end September, it's going to highlight and illuminate some time that you need to spend with your family, reconnecting with them, your home life, renovations, updating your home, maybe buying a new home, looking at property and real estate. The sun is going to help you see it clearly. The sun is saying now's the time to focus on it because I'm giving it my energy. So pay attention to that. Now, the other thing I do want to mention is that Mars is coming into your first house, into your rising sign on September 4th. This is a big deal for you because Mars has not been in your first house of yourself, of your identity, of your physical body in 2 years. And so this is a huge reset for you. Now, Mars likes to take action, bring some chi, bring some vitality. In Cancer, which as you know, ruled by your intuition, ruled by how you're feeling. So Mars could be coming in and helping you take action and move forward where sometimes you don't know where to go because you're feeling too many things. Your intuition is not quite clear. Mars is going to come in and help you make some changes around your body, around your life, around the way you want to look, the way that you want to do things, the way that you want to show up. So this is going to bring some energy to you, to shift some things for you. For other people that might be uncomfortable as you are changing your appearance, you're changing your job, you're changing different things about your life. Now, Mars is going to be here from September 4th all the way until November 4th, and he's going to circle right back around next year from January until April. So this is an energy that's going to help you up level. It's going to help you feel different, look different, act different. And it's going to be a beautiful kind of renewal and rebirth for you to have this energy for an extended period of time. Because there's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. And I want to wrap it up with a channeled message for you, my Cancer Risings. I want you to know that we have a lot of lunar energy coming up with the eclipse season. You are the ones most heightened, most sensitive to eclipse season portals. So give yourself grace, give yourself patience. The eclipse is happening in Pisces, which is a highly intuitive energy. You're a highly intuitive person. I want you to take time. I keep hearing the word time, time, time. Take time to make decisions. Take time to feel your feelings, no matter what you're feeling. Take time to sit with yourself in stillness and silence and rest in peace, whether it's a bubble bath or journaling. Allow yourself to be is going to be my best advice as we move through October, through the middle of October, as the eclipse portal is open. So be gentle with yourself, my Cancer Risings. Sending you so much love and light. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next video. Leo Risings, what a time it's been for you this summer as we've been navigating the sun season of Leo, highlighting and illuminating your first house. The sun is your primary life coach. We got to know where the sun is in your chart. What is it up to? Because that is really helping you shine and illuminate a spotlight on that area of your life. We've had Mercury retrograding through your first house as well. Mercury allowing you to think more about yourself, what it is you want, how you want to be seen, what you want to be known for, your needs, your wants, your desires, and your physical body. Mercury giving you this extra attention through his retrograde. It's all about you. Leo, it is always about you. But now you get to think about you just as much as you want other people to think about you. And don't forget, we're going to have a Mars retrograde here in your first house once we get to November in through January. So we'll talk about more of that later. So let's get into the sun. The sun for the month of September enters in with the zodiac energy of Virgo. Virgo is your second house. So we are looking at your money, money on your mind, mind on your money for the first half of September until the 22nd. So a great time to analyze your budget, look at other streams of income, look at your material possessions. Do you enjoy what you have? Do you want to sell the things that you have? Do you want to acquire more assets or resources or material possessions? This is time for you to really allow the sun to shine that spotlight on the second house area of your life. Give it focus, give it attention as it has more heat and vitality. Now, when we get to the 22nd of September, the sun is going to move into the zodiac energy of Libra, your third house. So now we're going to focus the energy and attention you have, my Leo rising, on your area of life of communication, of networking, of sharing, of learning. Might be a time where you want to take a course, you want to ask people for information, you want to go to networking groups, you want to get together with your siblings. You may want to travel in your local area to connect with people. This is also a time where you could share your story, publish information, write a book, update your social media platforms. Maybe it is something that you need to connect with people on a project. So these two areas of life are going to be highlighted for you this month. But let's go back to Virgo, because this is a huge piece of your chart that is going to be activated over the course of the next 2 years, and it's just beginning now. Virgo in your second house, your money house, have the sun and Mercury here in this area of your life, and Venus just danced her way through here last month. Opposite in the sky in your 8th house, also your money house, has Saturn, Neptune, and the full moon that we're having on September 27th. These two areas of your chart is where the eclipses are happening, where the north and the south node will enter on January 11th of 2025, playing out an 18-month eclipse cycle. So we need to focus on it now, because there is some fated, destined rearranging that's coming in around your money house, connected to other people, and your own financial area of life. So on September 2nd, we're going to have a new moon in your money house. This is your money moon of the year, and this is beautiful for you. You are in luck, my Leo risings, because that new moon in Virgo is an 11-11 portal. So the sun is at 11 degrees, the moon is at 11 degrees, 11-11, we make wishes. Those wishes are granted by our higher realms, and the new moon is all about new intentions. So if you're needing a new financial situation, you are needing to manifest a new job, another stream of income, you're needing to manifest an asset, a resource, a new car, maybe it's a new outfit that you need for your job, maybe it's something you want for your kids for Christmas. Like, you are needing to set an intention around that now, around your financial sector at that new moon in Virgo. Now, on September 17th, we're going to have that full moon in Pisces. So the full moon is going to highlight and illuminate your 8th house, which is money connected to other people. So we are looking at debts, loans that you have out. Either people owe you money or you owe other people money. We're looking at taxes. We're looking at joint assets and resources in marriage and business, money connected to other people. Maybe you are financially tied to a roommate or someone in your family for some reason. Maybe there's a will or an inheritance that is needing to be dealt with. This is going to illuminate the money and assets and resources that connect you to the people around you. And where have you not been disciplined? Where have you not put in the work? Where have you not made commitments? That full moon might show you the work that Saturn has been trying to teach you since March of 2023. Saturn wants you to get committed to this area of your life. Saturn is saying, hey, are you disciplined? Do you have a will? Do you have your debts and loans paid off? Do you know how much you owe? Are you focusing your money? Are you sharing your money? What is going on with your money? And hopefully you've been working on this. Saturn's retrograde now, so it's on you to do it. And this full moon is going to highlight where there's cracks in this foundation of your 8th house. So allow that full moon to illuminate and highlight it so you can see it, so you can start repairing it, so you can be ready for the North Node to enter next year and bring some fated and destined opportunities to expand and make this area of your life beautiful. So a lot going on this month to help get you prepared for all of that. Now, don't forget, star of the show this month that we need to focus on is Mars. Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding, and he will be here from January until April. Now, Cancer is your 12th house. The 12th house is our area of life of completion, of clearing things up, of ending karma, of cutting old patterns, of ending self-sabotage and victimization and breaking out of negative habits and addictions. It is your area of life of your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, and your spiritual well-being. And Mars showing up here is saying, let's invest some time and energy here. It's been 2 years since I've been here. So let me go in, cut some karma, put some energy into creating some new patterns, some healthier patterns, breaking addictions, breaking cycles, breaking limiting beliefs, breaking your self-sabotage. And Mars is going to help you take action, fight to feel better here, to reset your energy. Now it is Cancer, so you may feel yourself being a little bit more sluggish, a little bit more slow, wanting to go within, wanting to invest more in your mental health, going to therapy, going to sound baths, putting your effort and energy towards things that bring clearing, bring healing, bring purging, bring detoxing. Over the next 6 months, you may really feel like actually doing a cleanse of some sort to purify your body, mind, and spirit. Mars here is going to really help you take action in this area of your life over the course of the next 6 months. So allow that to happen. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. And my channeled message for you, my Leo risings, is to remind you that yes, you are going through it. The fixed, stuck areas of your life, your first house, your fourth house, your seventh house, and your 10th house, the anchor areas of your life, your home and family, your career, your relationships, and your personal identity, wants, needs, and desires are all being rocked by the astrology in 2024. And this has been going on for a long time. But these fixed and stuck patterns in your life are breaking, they're changing, they're shifting. Allow them to move forward. Allow yourself to be seen, step into your authenticity, follow your heart. And those areas of your life that are having some shifts are going to play out by the end of the year. And I keep hearing, follow your heart, follow your heart, follow your heart. You are ruled by the lion, the sun. The sun has passion, it has charisma. It is not afraid to be seen for who it is. So don't be afraid, my Leo risings. Follow your heart and share with the world your unique, authentic self. All right, so that's what I have for you. I hope that resonates. Again, sending you so much love and light. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next video. My Virgo risings, what an active month for you. This is wild. We are really diving into relationships for you because we have Mercury, your primary life coach, in your first house. We have the sun, we just had Venus, and we have the South Node all piling up in your house of identity, your first house, who I am, your needs, your wants, your desires. There's a lot of attention, a lot of focus this month on you. And then opposite in the sky in your seventh house, we've got Saturn, Neptune, and that full moon highlighting and illuminating, focusing attention on your relationships and how your relationships are impacting what you want out of life. So we're going to break that down in a second, but let's start out with your primary life coach of Mercury. What is he up to this month, as he is the main planet in the sky that is influencing you to move forward in your life, to make decisions? Always follow Mercury's advice. Mercury starts out the month in your 12th house of Leo. He is out of retrograde energy now. Thank God. You've been dealing with a Mercury retrograde, having your mind all over the place, not thinking clearly, not thinking straight. And so now he is ending his time in Leo, your 12th house. So hopefully you've reflected, cleared some unconscious thought patterns, some limiting beliefs. There's been something in your mental space, your emotional space, that you've had to reflect on, to come to clarity with, to understand a little bit better. You are letting go and releasing of old stories, of old patterns, of old ways of thinking. Hopefully you've allowed yourself to really focus in on protecting your peace, protecting what serves you. And then right at the beginning of the month on September 9th, Mercury is coming home to your first house. And as he's in the zodiac energy of Virgo, you are now going to be thinking a lot about yourself. This is a month where really you might feel a little bit selfish, focusing your mind, Mercury, on what it is you want, what it is you need, what it is you desire, and most importantly, speaking that, expressing it and communicating it, and finally telling the people in your life what it is you really want. This is also using your voice to tell your story, to show up. This is going to a party and saying, this is who I am. This is what I'm working on. This is shouting yourself out with your mind here in your first house. It is all about you. And then at the end of the month on the 26th, Mercury is going to move into your second house. That is where your mind is going to be on your money. Your money is on your mind. You're going to be thinking a lot about your income, your budgets, your material possessions, the things you'd like to acquire in your lifetime, and what it is that you truly value. So that is going to be wrapping up September for you. Now let's circle back to this first house, this Virgo area of your life. Like I mentioned, it's very busy for you this month. The sun in Virgo until the 22nd of September is highlighting and illuminating you. What do you want? What do you need? What do you desire? How do you want to be seen? How do you want to show up? How do you want to dress? How do you want to appear? What do you want people to think of you? A lot of energy with the sun just shining a spotlight on you. So focus on yourself. This is your time of year to do so, to be in cosmic alignment. Mercury's here as well. Now, on the 2nd of September, we're going to have a new moon in your first house. This is your new moon of the year. This kicks off your solar energy. This is your new year energy, essentially. That new moon, we are going to set an intention. It is an 11/11 moon, so you're going to make a wish, set a new intention, make a wish around what it is you want. What are your needs? How do you want to be seen? How do you want to show up in the world? Make a wish around any area of your life at that new moon. Now, when we get to the full moon on September 17th, that full moon is going to highlight and illuminate your 7th house. This is your relationship house. So you're going to have a full moon illuminating as an eclipse what relationships in your life need to be eclipsed out, what needs to be released, what do we need to clear space for so we can have new relationships. Now, that 7th house isn't just romantic relationships. It is business partnerships. It's people you collaborate with, people you tie your energy into, deep connected friendships, anyone in your life that you fuse energy together with. That full moon is going to highlight it and say, should we be doing that? Is that really a good idea? Are they serving us? Are they benefiting us? Remember, Saturn has been in your 7th house of Pisces since March of 2023. And he's been trying to teach you a lesson and trying to ask you, are we really committed to these people? Are we disciplined? Are we putting the work in to nourish these relationships and to keep them going? Or are we kind of over it? Are the foundations in our relationships rocky? Or do we need to repair them? Are there some cracks? The full moon might highlight some of those cracks. So pay attention. We'll dive in a separate video so much more about this full moon in Pisces. Remember right now, the energy in Virgo, me, and all the energy in Pisces, we, is the axis of your life that is going to be impacted in the upcoming eclipse cycle, where fated and destined changes are bound to happen. That is starting at the beginning of January next year and going for 18 months. So right now we're clearing house, we're making space, we're getting clear to get ready for the North and the South node to shift into your me and your we house. So that's what we got going on this month for you. In addition to that, when the sun leaves Virgo, your first house, on the 22nd of September, the sun is going to move into Libra. This is your money house. So your mind is going to be on your money, and then the sun is going to come in and shine and illuminate this area of your life so you can see it clear. It's going to be a great time for you at the end of September to budget a little bit, to bring peace and balance back into your budget, to ask yourself what material possessions you want, you desire, you want to get rid of. This is looking at streams of income, looking at your own job and career. Maybe it's upping your worth. Maybe it's saying, hey, you know what? Now's the time for me to ask for a raise. Maybe it's a time for me to up my prices if you're an entrepreneur. So you're really going to be focusing your energy on money as we end the month of September. Now, the big star of the show this month that we need to focus on is Mars. Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding, and he will be here from January until April. Now, Mars being in Cancer activates your 11th house. So you are going to invest more energy, your chi, your stamina towards your friendship, your social circle, your community, your network, your tribe, giving extra attention over the next 6 months in this specific area of your life. But what's really exciting for you, my Virgo risings, is that the 11th house is also your future, your goals, your dreams, your wishes. Mars is the masculine energy saying, let's make decisions, let's move forward, let's invest our time and energy towards the things that are going to build the future of my dreams. I love this energy for you. It's kicking off this month. You're going to be feeling it for a while. So allow yourself to really pay attention to this. Now, we're doing it through our intuition and how we're feeling, as it is Cancer. So it's not going to happen overnight, but you're willing to invest the time, invest the energy, trust yourself as you're making decisions moving forward towards your future, and really invest time in your friendship circle or finding a new friendship circle or a new tribe that's going to support you and lead you towards your dreams. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend, and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. The channeled message I kept getting for you, my Virgo risings, was along the lines of not allowing yourself to be too much of a perfectionist. You are an energy that wants to get it right. You want to learn everything. You want to make sure all your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted before you take action. And there's just this message I have from you that it's progress, not perfection. It's do it, don't overthink it. Analysis paralysis. These concepts are what holds you back from moving forward. And a big part of the upcoming eclipse cycle is going to teach you to let go of those shadow energies of Virgo. That we're going to eclipse out and remove this nitpicking and critiquing and criticism that you have for yourself. You don't even worry about critiquing other people. You really focus that energy on yourself. And so there's this energy saying now in this channeled message I keep getting for you is that it's progress, not perfection. Just take action. No one sees you as harshly as you see yourself. So remember that. And you don't need to know everything to begin. You will learn along the way. So I hope that message resonates. Let me know in the comments below if you feel that. I'm going to send you so much love and light again. And thank you so much for being here. I will catch you in the next video. My Libra risings, what a month it's going to be for you as we have a lot of energy at the end of the month shifting into your first house, focusing all on yourself. But let's first start out with your primary life coach, Venus. What is Venus up to this month? She is always asking you to bring more joy and beauty and harmony into your life. Now we start out the month with Venus and Libra in your first house, bringing you some beauty and pleasure and harmony to your physical appearance, your physical body. You're magnetizing and attracting people to you. When Venus is in our first house, it is a season where really we are magnetic. People are recognizing us. People are praising us. We could do our makeup just like we do every other day. But during this season with Venus in your first house, you're just noticed more. You just have this natural beauty about you. Take that to your advantage. Go do a photo shoot. Update your social media profiles. Go on a first date. Network with people. Just get out there and shine and radiate your beauty that you have, my Libra risings. You have a natural beauty to you with this rising sign. Now on September 21st, Venus is going to move into your second house of Scorpio. This is now where you can attract and magnetize some money into your life. Venus loves being in the second house. Scorpio is about going deep. It's about using your power and influence to attract and bring beautiful things into your life. You may have to get vulnerable. You may have to get real. You may have to open up the closet and look at the skeletons in your money house while Venus is here, but you're doing it in a way to make it more beautiful. Looking at your budget to fine tune things and say, you know what, my life would be more beautiful if I had this asset and resource, so I'm going to sell that one because I don't find it beautiful anymore. Maybe it's looking at your streams of income and saying, you know what, I don't actually want to offer this service anymore, or I don't want to work here anymore, and I want to change some things. I want to bring more value into my life and more beauty around my finances. So we're going to end the month with that energy. Now let's go look at the Virgo area of your life where the sun is, Mercury is, and Venus just danced her way through this area as well. We have a new moon here on September 2nd. This is an 11/11 moon, so you're going to make a wish in the 12th house area of your life. This is your area of life of your mental, spiritual, and energetic body. This is your area of life that deals with your karma, it deals with your limiting beliefs, it deals with your self-sabotage, it deals with your addictions. We are going to set some new intentions to break some patterns, to release and let go of, and start a new way of thinking, a new energetic vibration, a new spiritual practice, a new thought pattern, a new way of thinking and feeling about life. So set an intention here. It's going to be a beautiful new moon for you. And across the sky in Pisces, when we get to the full moon on September 17th, that is going to be happening in your sixth house of health and wellness. Now, my Libra risings, you've had Saturn, our tough love dad, our disciplinarian, rocking your health house since March of 2023. When Saturn is here, we got to get our act together. It is time for us to get fit, to get healthy, to look at our daily habits and routines, ask ourselves if our life actually does feel well. Is it vital? Does it feel good? Now, if you haven't learned this lesson yet, when we get to the full moon in Pisces, it's going to illuminate some sort of physical thing going on with you in your life that you need to address. There's a crack in your health foundation, and you may see it at this eclipse, as eclipses bring fated and destined experiences to teach us something so that we can ultimately heal it, and feel better. Now, the eclipse cycle starting out next year will be in Pisces and Virgo. So this month we are getting ready for that energy. The axes of Virgo in your 12th house and Pisces in your 6th house is the axes of your energetic body, emotional body, and your physical body. This is an area of life you need to focus on. You need to get it right. You need to clean it up. You need to figure it out because those eclipses are coming whether you like it or not, and it's going to sort it out for you. We want best possible scenario. So focus that energy here. Now, when the sun leaves Virgo on the 22nd of September, it is going to enter into Libra, your first house. This is beautiful energy for you as we wrap up September because now the sun is shining a spotlight on you, your wants, your needs, your desires, your physical body, how you present yourself, how you're seen in the world. This is going to bring a beautiful fusion of energy. And Venus, your primary life coach, has been here as well, making you feel more beautiful and more magnetic. So as we end September, you're going to feel a lot more alive, a lot more vital, and a lot more confident and charismatic in your life. Bring some peace and balance back into who you are. Now, the big star of the show this month that we need to focus on is Mars. Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding and he will be here from January until April. Now, this is exciting because Cancer is your 10th house. And it's an area of life where you're a little bit more go with the flow until Mars shows up once every 2 years and says, now we're going to take action in our career. Now we're going to make moves. Now we're going to make decisions. Now we're going to invest our energy here. So you have an extended amount of time with our masculine energy of taking action, of kicking ass, of being the warrior in your career area of life. You're going to feel more motivated, more driven, more willing to take action, easier to make decisions, to strategize, formulate a game plan for the next 8 weeks. And then when we get to January of next week until April with the retrograde energy, you're going back over it. You're putting in more energy. You're putting in more work. You're really getting that wheel churning in the 10th house area of your life. So this could be changing industries and making that decision, investing your energy into your current position because you want to climb the ladder, building a business, like investing in your reputation or the legacy you're trying to create. Super exciting energy as our masculine planet of war, moving in, fighting for your career and bringing in heat and vitality into that area of your life. So I'm excited for you, my Libra risings. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. Now, the channeled message I keep getting for you, my Libra rising, is to not forget about your 7th house of relationships. The North Node is still here, and it's saying, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Keep your eyes on the prize. The North Star is still here. So you want to look at your relationships, Libra risings, and really determine which ones are coming with you into the future. Who are the ones you're investing in? Who do you want to collaborate with? What friendships? Your romantic partners, like where do we need to put some passion and energy into keeping the ones alive that want to come with you? And where do we need to maybe say, you know what, it's not for me? The next full moon next month is going to be in your relationship house, and there might be some releasing or letting go or mourning or grieving or realizing that some of these relationships just aren't aligned with you anymore as you're really changing who you are, your identity, your appearance, your needs, wants, and desires in September. So don't forget about your relationships. Keep asking yourself the question, which ones you want to focus on. I keep hearing that message. So I hope that resonates for you, my Libra risings. Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to send you so much love and light again. And thank you so much for being here. I will catch you in the next video. My Scorpio risings, I feel you. We're in this together. We are really preparing September for October, where the energy is ramping up for us. A huge pocket and portal of energy is going to open up at the end of October in the Scorpio area of our chart. So how can we best prepare in September? Well, let's first start out with Mars, the primary life coach of Scorpio, and Pluto. Both very active this month, bringing in major shifts of energies and major lessons for us to learn. Mars, when it comes to Scorpio risings, helps you take action, make decisions, move forward in your life. High vitality, high drive, high motivation, high chi, high stamina. However, unfortunately, this month, that is going to be put on pause as Mars on September 4th moves into the zodiac energy of Cancer. This brings a slower chi, a slower vitality. It is like driving your car through a huge puddle of water. You're not going anywhere fast. So you might feel your vitality sink. You might feel yourself sluggish or slow. You may feel yourself more highly emotional or intuitive as Mars is making decisions based on feelings during this energy. Now, like I said, it's not going away anytime soon because Mars is going to be in Cancer from September 4th all the way till November 4th, and then circling back from January until April of next year. So this is an energy it's time to get used to. Now, looking at your birth chart, Cancer is your 9th house. Wherever Mars is in the sky, he's helping you take action, make decisions, focus energy on, and moving forward in that area of your life. Mars has not been here in 2 years. As we look at the 9th house area of life, this is the area of going on trips, expanding your horizons, learning new things, expanding your consciousness, gaining some wisdom, gaining some life experience, checking things off your bucket list, becoming a mentor or finding a mentor. Mars here for such an extended amount of time is allowing you to really take action on this area of your life. Give it your energy, give it your all. It's just going to look different. It's a little slower than what you're used to, but this is where we're focusing that masculine energy and attention on. Huge energy for you Scorpio risings. Now on the flip side, your other primary life coach, Pluto, is making a massive move right at the 1st of September and going back into the energy of Capricorn for his final moments. In his final moments here, he is going to go back to your 3rd house space and say, is there anything else that needs to be destroyed, removed, broken down, crumbled, that isn't serving you anymore? Now, this is the way in which you speak, communicate, learn, tell your story, connect with people. There's a new way of needing to do it, and we're getting a chance now with Pluto to change that dynamic a little bit so we can rebirth and have a renewal of the way in which we show up and speak and express and communicate out into the world. This could be a great time for you to say, you know what, I've been telling this story far too long. I'm writing a new narrative. You might actually be writing a book about your old story and formulating a new story for your life. Now let's switch gears and talk about Virgo and Pisces, a very highly active area in the sky for the month of September. Virgo is your 11th house, so we have the Sun and Mercury dancing through this area of your sky with a new moon happening on September 2nd. So illuminating and highlighting and shedding a spotlight on your friendships, your community, your social circle, giving some attention to them, the Sun highlighting and bringing some vitality to it. And also the new moon is giving you an opportunity to set a new intention here. But this is not just any new moon. This is an 11-11 moon, being at 11 degrees of Virgo. 11-11 is about making a wish, asking the other realms for favors to help you and assist you. If there's a new friendship group, a new tribe, a new community you're trying to call in to set new intentions around, this would be the perfect time to do it. Also, this deals with your future. What are goals, dreams, visions, manifestations you're wanting to have? Make a wish around it, my Scorpio rising, at that new moon. It's a beautiful opportunity to do so. Now, in addition to that, we're going to have a full moon in Pisces on September 17th. This is happening in your 5th house. This is going to highlight and illuminate this area of life and any cracks in the foundation that you have not been working on since Saturn has entered here in March of 2023. So we got to be working on it. Have you learned some lessons here? Have you become committed or disciplined to 5th house area of life, your children, creative projects you're needing to work on? There might be challenges. It might be harder to do them, but it's time to do them once and for all. What about your hobbies? Fun, joy, entertainment, play. Have you been putting time and effort into this area of your life? Because this full moon is going to highlight where you have not and how important it is to do and focus on this area of your life. So pay attention around that full moon. Now, not only that, where Virgo is in your 11th house and where Pisces is in your 5th house, these are areas of life you are getting right, that you are preparing for the upcoming eclipse cycle. We're going to have eclipses enter this area of the sky officially in January of next year, lasting for 18 months. So these are areas of your life that are not going away anytime soon, that are getting some fated and destined changes, eclipsing in and eclipsing out. So we're getting right in the month of September. Now, as we get to the end of the month, the sun is going to move into the zodiac energy of Libra. When it gets into Libra, this is your 12th house. This is your spiritual health, your energetic health, your emotional health. The sun is going to highlight this area of life. It's going to ask you, where do you need to clear, release, purge, and let go? This is a sun season for you where a lot of karma could be served. A lot of things end their cycles. You feel more cleared and pure and ready to begin anew as we have the sun enter into Scorpio in October, which is kind of like your astrological new year. And really for the sun season of Libra after the 22nd of September, you might feel like you want to retreat and rest a little bit more. Remember, Mars, your primary life coach, is in Cancer, a water energy where you're feeling slower overall. So just prepare, be aware, allow yourself to move into a slower pace of life. I know that's hard for you Scorpio risings, but we can do this. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. The channeled message I keep receiving for you, my Scorpio risings, is to remind you that you can do hard things. This is a time of massive shift, of massive changes. All the foundational houses of your life, your first, your fourth, your seventh, and your 10th, meaning your identity, your home and family, your career, and your relationships are all getting rocked right now. These are major areas of your life that are needing change, that are needing redirection, where you're needing to shift out of patterns. And my Scorpio risings, I want you to remember, you, out of all the zodiac signs ruled by Mars and Pluto, can do hard things. You have it in you. You have the stamina. You have the motivation. You have the drive. You have the power. You have the force. Just don't forget it. It's the message I keep hearing for you. I hope it resonates for you. Thank you so much for being here. I send you so much love and light, and I will catch you in the next video. My Sagittarius risings, my lucky rising signs of the zodiac. You've probably had a very interesting August. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. But for the month of September, we have some very big areas of your life being activated. So let's talk about it, starting out with your primary life coach, Jupiter, which brings you blessing and expansion and growth and luck throughout the course of your life, as long as you focus on where he is and what area of your chart you need to pay attention to. Now, we know that Jupiter is in the zodiac energy of Gemini. This is your 7th house of relationships. So you have some blessings and some opportunities when you connect with other people, when you're fusing your energy with others, whether that is romantically, in collaboration, in business partnerships, or with your friendships, or anyone that you merge your energy with. So Jupiter is expanding you here. He's saying, hey, I'm bringing blessing. Now in August, you had some activation here where you had Mars come into this area of your life as well. So hopefully you took some action, you moved forward, you made decisions in the relationship area of your life, and Jupiter is still here working this energy. What I'd like to remind you is that your primary life coach, Jupiter, is going to go retrograde in October, on October 9th. So in next month forecast, we are going to highlight how some of these opportunities to expand outward may slow down. So if you are looking to connect with people, to fuse your energy with someone, to get married, to go on a date, to find your person, to find that business partner of your dreams, to find more friends, I would really highly recommend you do that in September, because once that dries up and Jupiter's luck goes inward, it's not as easy to do that in your relationship house. Now let's switch gears and focus on the major areas of your life being activated this month, and that is going to be Virgo and Pisces. Virgo is your 10th house of career, your area of life, of your reputation, the legacy that you're building, the title that you're known for, what people go to you for. And Pisces is in your 4th house, home and family. This is two major areas of your life that are getting some redirection, that are being illuminated this month, that are needing your attention. Now, the sun is in Virgo as we kick off September until the 22nd. So the sun is shining a spotlight right now on your work, on your career, on your mission, on your legacy. So allow yourself to focus a little extra energy at work. Work those extra hours, do that extra project that you need to do, put yourself out there a little bit more, maybe going to a conference or something like that. Mercury is here as well. So your mind is on your career right now, and that's a-okay. Now on September 2nd, we're going to have a new moon here in Virgo at 11 degrees. The sun and the moon both at 11 degrees, 11-11, making a wish. It is a portal. It is a new moon. So we're setting new intentions for things that we desire in for you, my Sagittarius Risings, your 10th house. Is there a new career, a new job opportunity, a new industry you want to start? Is there a reputation that you're trying to build? Are you wanting to be more known and seen and praised in this world? Setting those intentions at that new moon is going to be huge for you and calling in some abundance in that area of your life. Now on September 17th, we're going to have a full moon in Pisces. This is going to highlight and illuminate your 4th house area of life. This is your area of life where we are dealing with home, family, property, real estate, generational, ancestral things, and your emotions, and specifically around your mother. And so it might highlight and illuminate some things that need to be released. It is going to be an eclipse. We are eclipsing things out of this area of life that do not serve. Now, you should have learned some lessons in this area of your life by now, with Saturn being here, your tough love dad, since March of 2023. So have you created stronger foundations in this area of your life? Are you learning lessons? Are you becoming more committed and disciplined and structured in your home life with your family? Are you putting in boundaries in place with your family? If not, this full moon might highlight and illuminate some cracks here, some things we need to focus on, and get ready for the upcoming eclipse cycle that is going to be rocking you for almost 2 years in your 4th house of home and your 10th house of career. There's some fated and destined changes coming to these areas of your life, my Sagittarius risings. So your goal right now is to get ready for that, to really making sure that you are open to change, setting new intentions, and finding luck and blessing in partnership and connection and collaboration for the month of September. And then don't forget, at the end of the month on September 22nd, the sun is going to move into Libra. We go into Libra sun season. This is going to allow you to focus your energy, your light, your attention on your friendships, your social circle, your community, your networks, the 11th house space for you. And the 11th house is also your future, what you're trying to manifest, what you're wishing for, your goals, your hopes, your dreams, your desires. And so really focusing some energy as we end September on how you want to move forward in your future, and the people in your life that you connect with, that you collab with, that you feel good around is going to be so beneficial for you this month. Now, the big star of the show this month that we need to focus on is Mars. Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding, and he will be here from January until April. So this is your 8th house area of life. So Mars is asking you to make decisions, take action, put some energy to this area of your life. You're going to feel more vital. You're going to invest your time here, and you're going to make some decisions. And when we get to 2025, you're going to circle back, and you're going to make sure that these areas of your life, you have a game plan. You know how to move forward. You're ready to make decisions. This is going to be around your investments, preparing your taxes on time, getting your tax situation right, writing out your wills, looking at money that you owe other people or loans that you're going to be taking out. This is shared joint finances. This is money you have tied to maybe a roommate or a family member in some way. It is also looking at your intimate spaces of life, like your sex life and your emotional health and fears and traumas and things that you're willing to heal. So you're going to have a lot of energy and focus here with Mars saying, hey, let's enter this 8th house area of life for an extra amount of time because we got to make decisions. We got to take action. We got to move forward here. Forget about that, Sagittarius risings. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. The channeled message I keep getting for you, my Sagittarius risings during the month of September, is to remember that you like to explore and be adventurous. That expansion and going beyond your horizons and your comfort zone is what you do best. Sometimes when we have a lot of crazy cosmic weather, I keep hearing that you're wanting to play it safe. But you're not the rising sign that's meant to play it safe. You're the one who's meant to go look to see if the grass is greener, to gain experience, to say, you know what, I'm only going to learn by actually doing it. I don't need to read any more books. I need to just go live life. So my Sagittarius rising, with all the crazy cosmic weather, I want you to remember that you are here to be brave, to be spontaneous, to follow your heart, follow your passion, follow your instincts, and you're going to expand just by failing forward sometimes. So keep hearing that message. I hope it resonates. Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to send you so much love and light again for the month of September. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next video. My Capricorn risings, we have Pluto going back into your first house for just a short amount of time. This is the last of it. You've been dealing with it for 20 years, and I'm sure you're over it as you're ready for Pluto to move on into the Aquarius area of your life. But let's start out this forecast with your primary life coach, Saturn, who was so active teaching lessons left and right in the month of August. So what is he up to this month, and how are you going to work with this energy? Well, Saturn in your third house has been teaching you lessons here since March of 2023, asking you to get more committed, disciplined, structured in the third house area of your life, which is telling your story, speaking up, connecting and learning, educating yourself, educating other people, maybe writing a book, writing a podcast, narrating something, your social media, connecting with other people, your siblings, transportation. Saturn is teaching you lessons around this area of life. And this month, we're going to have a full moon Pisces lunar eclipse here. This is a big deal as it's going to highlight this area of your life and ask you, where are there cracks here? Where are you not speaking up? Where have you not gained enough information, enough knowledge? Maybe you need to go back to school or learn some more things. Where are you not marketing yourself and sharing your story? Where do you need to maybe fix some cracks in the foundation of your sibling relationships or your neighborhoods or the people that you connect with or network with? So there's going to be some illumination here. Saturn continues to teach you lessons here all the way until 2026. So make sure you know them, make sure you understand them. But let's circle back to where the sun is. It is the sun season of Virgo. So the sun is opposite in the sky from Pisces. It is in your ninth house area of life. The sun is highlighting here, asking you to focus attention, focus your energy here until we get to September 22nd. The ninth house area is asking you to check things off your bucket list, to expand, to explore, to travel, to find a mentor, to learn things, to open your eyes, open your perspective, open your mind, change your beliefs, read a book that is out of your comfort zone. Go do things that you wouldn't normally do. So add some of those things to your bucket list for the beginning of September. Remember, on September 2nd, we have a new moon here. It is an 11/11 moon. So this is making a wish. This is a portal. New moons are new beginnings, setting new intentions in the ninth house area of your life. So if you're wanting to go back to school and be accepted into a program, if you're wanting to find a mentor, if you're wanting to go on that epic trip you've always wanted to plan, but you just don't know how it's going to happen, set an intention, call it in. Maybe you want to check something off your bucket list, but you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if that ever could be possible. Call it in. It's a beautiful new moon for you here in this area of your life. Now, when we get to September 22nd, the sun is going to move into your 10th house space in Libra, highlighting and illuminating your career area of life, helping you focus your energy and attention on your career, your reputation, your industry, maybe changing your title at work, putting more hours in at work, being seen and praised at work in some way, bringing balance and harmony into this area of your life. So just know as we end September, there's going to be a highlight and a focus on your 10th house of your career. Now, the big star of the show this month that we need to focus on is Mars. Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now. But when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding and he will be here from January until April. And Cancer is your seventh house area of life. So Mars is going to spend a little extra time here over the course of the next 6 months, bringing some attention and focus and energy into your relationships. The seventh house is not only romantic relationships, it is partnerships, business collaborations, people you blend and fuse your energy with and connect with in some way. It deals with deep, intimate friendships, people you've been friends with for a very long time. And Mars is coming in and saying, we got to take some action. We got to invest some energy into our relationships. We got to spend time. We got to make decisions with people in our life. We got to figure out, are we moving forward? Are we going left? Are we going right? What are we doing? As Mars comes back next year and retrogrades, you may have to re-strategize in some of your relationships. So just know there's a lot of energy that you are putting out and you are giving to other people in your life during this season. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link.
Now, my Capricorn Risings, I could not get a channeled message for you while I was recording this video yesterday. So I slept on it and woke up this morning and it was like instantly I knew what you had to hear. So my Capricorn Risings, you are a zodiac energy that likes to work hard. You're disciplined, you're committed, you grow up way too fast. And knowing September's energy with Uranus now going retrograde in your fifth house, Uranus has been trying to shake you up when it comes to having fun, tapping into your inner child, having time for play and creativity, nourishing yourself through entertainment and games. And now that he's retrograde in this area of the sky in September, your message is to really remember that you don't have to work hard all the time. Life is not going to fall apart if you have some fun every once in a while. So make sure you pay attention to this. Now, and of course, Taurus is your fifth house. So you are the rising sign that is least likely to want to go have fun. It's about being more serious and being more practical. So I'm going to really encourage you as Uranus is retrograde and rebelling and being revolutionary and progressive, that you spend some time in the month of September asking yourself, what kind of hobbies do I want to start? How can I have some fun this month? Is there a creative project I've been craving to do, like a renovation in my home or trying to draw or paint or dance or sing or something along those lines to get your creative juices flowing? I'm going to encourage you to do that this month, my Capricorn Risings. I'm so glad this message came for you. Let me know if it resonates at all, and I'm going to send you so much love and light. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next video.
My Aquarius Risings, what a wild freaking month August was for you. I hope you made it through mostly unscathed. Let me know in the comments below. How did it play out for you? We're going to start out this September rising sign forecast for you, focusing on your two primary life coaches, Saturn and Uranus. Both very active in T-squares last month, with Uranus being the ruler of that full moon. That full moon is going to ripple out into this month as well for you. So let's break it down, starting out with Uranus. Uranus kicks off his retrograde right on the first of the month. This is going to affect you because you are someone that likes to shock people, that likes to liberate, that likes to beat to your own drum. You like to dress in ways where you're actually the trendsetter. You don't care what other people are doing. You're very progressive. Now, when Uranus goes retrograde, sometimes you can start questioning yourself. Sometimes you don't know if you should be rebellious or shouldn't. Sometimes you might look at yourself and say, am I actually being authentic, or am I just trying to create ripples and waves in society? So you might be reflecting a little bit. Now, Uranus is retrograding in Taurus. This is your fourth house. So this is your area of life where you have been having a lot of sudden shifts, changes, shocks, surprises, all the ways back since 2019. Uranus isn't done here yet. So this is an area of life where you're being called to make changes. to shift out of old patterns and structures. Maybe you've lived in the same place for a long time and you're needing to choose a change. You're needing to go into a new direction. Maybe there's been a lot of changes within your family unit, and so you're needing to change the way in which you relate to your family. So this Uranus retrograde might be choosing change for you in your fourth house of home and family. So pay attention. Hopefully it's nothing too dramatic. I know for you Aquarius risings, you can handle it as you are always looking towards the future and you never like to get stuck too much on the past. Now let's switch gears and talk about your other primary life coach planet, and that is Saturn. Saturn is here always teaching you lessons. He's been in the Pisces area of your life since March of 2023. Their Pisces area is your second house. This is your financial area of life. So hopefully you've been learning, my Aquarius risings, to get your money watertight, being more committed, more disciplined than ever around your income, your budget, what you're spending your money on, the material possessions you have, what you're wanting to sell, what do you find valuable anymore. And this month, we are going to have a full moon in Pisces as an eclipse on September 17th. That is going to highlight and illuminate the areas of your life where you still have cracks in your money sector. This is going to show you where you still need to work harder, where Saturn has not taught you tough enough lessons, where you need to shape up. Because next year in January, the North Node is coming into your income sector. There's some financial opportunities coming to you, some new expansion, some new growth, some destined things. But you got to make sure you're ready for it. So this full moon is going to show you where you're still standing on shaky, rocky ground with the money area of your life. Now the sun opposite in the sky in your 8th house is highlighting and illuminating and asking you to focus your eyes on the 8th house area of life. These are debts that you owe, loans that you might have, your taxes that you have to pay, wills and inheritances, and also money tied to your romantic partner, your business partners, or people in any way. It's also asking you to look at what are you afraid of, the vulnerable spaces in your life, looking at your sex life. So as we start out September, the sun is in Virgo, highlighting this area of your life, calling your attention to it. Now on the 2nd, we're going to have a new moon here. This is an 11-11 moon being at 11 degrees of Virgo. 11-11 is an angel number. Make a wish. It's a time to call in something you desire from the other realms. And new moons allow us to set new intentions. So in this 8th house area of life, if you're needing to set up something new, call it in at this time. When we get to the 22nd, the sun is leaving Virgo and asking you to shift your energy, your light, your sun into the Libra area of your life, which is your 9th house. So that might be a beautiful time for you to go on a trip, to travel, to check something off your bucket list, to hire a mentor, to be a mentor to someone, to expand your horizons, to shift your perspective, to learn something new, to gain some wisdom in some large way. So go on an adventure during Libra sun season after September 22nd. Remember, the 2nd and 8th house area of your life where Virgo and Pisces are in the month of September are 2 areas of life, your financial access, that is going to come into play for the next 2 years as we're going into the new eclipse cycle. So you're getting ready this month, and these 2 areas of life are going to require your attention for quite some time. And lastly, our star of the show for the month is Mars, as Mars is moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding, and he will be here from January until April. This is important for you, my Aquarius risings, because Cancer is your 6th house of health and wellness. So Mars is our planet of chi, of vitality, of stamina. And he is asking you to focus your energy and attention on your overall well-being, your day-to-day habits, your routines, your supplements, your diet plan, your movement, exercise, sleep, your work-life balance. Mars is bringing in some energy, spending an extra amount of time here to help you make decisions, to strategize a game plan, to go to your doctor's appointments, to focus on your small, micro, daily habits that can make a massive change on your energy levels. And just understand that you are not one to have a lot of vitality and a lot of energy. Your physical well-being is closely tied to your emotional well-being. So make sure you are spending time in water, around water, staying hydrated, allowing yourself to feel your feelings. But Mars is coming in to help you move forward and get more disciplined and take action in this area of your life. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. Now, the channeled message I keep getting for you, my Aquarius Risings, is to remember that it is time to choose change. The foundational areas of your life, your first house, fourth house, seventh house, and 10th house are fixed energies. They are getting rocked right now by all the planets, and you're needing to choose change. Get out of stuck patterns. Stop thinking about the past. You are an energy that is meant to move forward in an unconventional way. Beat to your own drum. Allow yourself to not be attached to the past. Allow yourself to be excited about the future. I keep seeing this image of like fireworks going off, but they're like way over there, and you have to go over there to explore the future, to see what excitement is going on. And behind you is just silence. There's no light. There's no fireworks. It's just dark. It's pitch black and it's over. And you're moving in the direction of the fireworks of your life. So there's excitement brewing. Allow those 4 fixed areas of your life to change: your home and family, your relationships, your career, and your identity, because the future is so much brighter. There's exciting fireworks on the horizon for you. So I hope this message resonates with you. Let me know in the comments section below. I'm going to send you again so much love and light for the month ahead. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next video. My Pisces risings, I know you always go last in these videos, but let me tell you, this month is meant for you. There is so much energy going on here. We need to navigate it. We need to break it down. You are probably going to have the longest rising sign forecast of all 12 signs because there's a lot we need to get into. But let's first start out with your primary life coaches, Jupiter and Neptune. What are they up to this month? First of all, Jupiter is in the zodiac energy of Gemini. Gemini is your 4th house of home and family. So Jupiter brings blessings and gifts, expansion and growth. And as long as you focus on that 4th house area of life, that is where your pocket of luck, your pocket of opportunity is. So go there, go to your family, go home, spend time at home, renovate your home, put some family time on your calendar. And this is where you're going to find some abundance and expansion and growth at this time. Now, don't forget, your primary life coach of Jupiter is going to go retrograde next month on October 9th. So if you are in the market for a new home, DIYing your home, expanding your family in some way, that opportunity could dry up a little bit in October. So if you don't buy a new piece of property, you don't change something in your home, it may not be as easy to do for you, my Pisces rising, after October 9th, all the way in through February of next year. So if you need to get it done, this is my little heads up for you. Now, your other primary life coach of Neptune is at the anaretic degree of Pisces, now retrograde. So you are not as delusional or la or rose-colored glasses as you normally are, my Pisces risings. You're kind of seeing the world for what it is. You might be getting reality checks left and right, but that's okay. You need that every once in a while, as we all do. Now, Pisces for you is obviously your 1st house. So you are really just seeing your identity clearly. How you want to show up in the world, how you want to dress, how other people see you. And you might be reflecting on your needs, wants, and desires and getting very clear on them. Clear on them in a way that you've never have before. And now you're wanting to take action on them and show up in a different way. Now, like I said, there's a lot going on for you this month because not only is your primary life coach of Neptune at this powerful anaretic degree, allowing you to open your eyes, no more illusions. Saturn is here teaching you tough lessons about who you are and what it is you want, and starting to get committed to yourself, making yourself the main character of your life, to change things about you and your reality that you want once and for all. And this month, we're going to have a full moon in Pisces in your 1st house as an eclipse. It's an out of sign eclipse, but it's preparing us for the upcoming eclipse cycle. So it's going to highlight, full moon, illuminate you, your wants, your needs, your desires, where you're not focusing on yourself, where you're not prioritizing yourself, where you're not putting yourself first. that full moon is going to show you where you're not and where you need to and how you need to start. It's a huge shifting, changing of energy for you. This month is very relationship focused for you, with a lot of energy and attention on the me house, your first house, and the sun and Mercury across the sky in Virgo, your we house, your seventh house. And so there's these axis of me versus we versus me. Who gets my attention? What direction do I want to go? And this is something that's going to play out for you over the course of the next 2 years as the eclipses come in and rock and eclipse in and eclipse out things about who you are and your identity and your relationship. This could be getting into a relationship and not having the title and identity of someone being single and of being married all of a sudden. This could be you getting divorced and now you go from this married person to a divorcee, and that changes your relationship dynamic. And now you're dating other people and you're focusing energy and attention on a lot of people. Like, there is some change. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying people are breaking up and getting divorced or starting to date new people just because they're a Pisces rising. I'm just saying that things that are happening with other people in your life, whether it's friendships, business partners, people you collaborate with, or romantic partners, is going to impact your identity and who you are. It may stem from your identity changing who you are, and that attracts other people into your life, or it might be something changing in the partnerships area that affects your identity, okay? So that is beginning. This energy is brewing now in September that's going to spill over in the next eclipse cycle starting in January of next year. So huge transformation beginning, huge energy leading into your next future, your next chapter. So this is really a pivotal time for you, my Pisces risings. Now, for the month of September, remember, the sun is in your relationship sector as we begin the month until September 22nd. So it's a great time for you to highlight your relationships, focus your energy on your relationships. On September 2nd, we have a new moon in Virgo happening at 11 degrees. The sun and the moon both at 11 degrees. 1111, make a wish. It's a portal. It's a gate to the other realms to come in and answer your prayers. New moon, set new intentions, start new beginnings, allowing you to call things in. So what new energy do you want to call in around your partnerships? Is it a new business partnership? Is it people you want to collaborate with? Is it new friendships? Maybe you've lost a friendship and you want to gain back a deep, intimate friendship you're going to have for a long time. Maybe it's a romantic partner in some sense. Maybe it's a new energy in an old marriage, something you've had for a long time, but you want a new, fresh energy with that partner you've been with for a while. Call that in at that new moon. The full moon is going to be the Pisces eclipse on September 17th. Again, highlighting some aspect of yourself that you want to focus more energy and attention on. When we get to the 22nd, the sun is going to move into the zodiac energy of Libra. This is then going to highlight and illuminate your 8th house for Libra sun season as we end September, highlighting and illuminating your money tied to other people, highlight vulnerabilities, fears, traumas, things you need to heal. It's going to highlight your sex life, maybe giving it some more attention, and also highlighting money tied to other people, joint assets and resources, highlighting a debt or loan that you need to pay off. Maybe someone needs to pay you, working on your wills, working on your taxes. All of those things might really be ramping up as we move into Libra sun season for you, my Pisces risings. And lastly, let's talk about our star of the show for the month. That is Mars, moving into the zodiac energy of Cancer. So right at the beginning of the month, and he is going to be here for 8 weeks instead of his traditional 6 weeks. This is important to understand because Mars comes to a specific area of our life only once every 2 years. So it's been 2 years since you've had Mars in the Cancer area of your life. And not only that, he's spending extra time here now, but when we get to 2025, he's going to circle back after retrograding, and he will be here from January until April. Now, Cancer is your 5th house, which rules your children, creative passion projects, your hobbies, what you'd like to do for fun, your inner child, your inner playfulness. And with Mars being here, he's saying, let's take some action around these things. Is there a hobby I've been wanting to start for a really long time? Maybe it's time to do that. Maybe there's a creative passion project that's been brewing in my heart and I'm ready to put work towards it. I'm motivated to put my energy towards it. Or maybe your children need a lot more of your attention in the upcoming season with Mars being here for an extended period of time. So invest your energy, invest your chi in the 5th house area of your life, make decisions, take action, move forward. Mars has not been here in 2 years, so the time is now to focus in here. strategize, game plan, and make decisions. There's a lot more obviously going on this month that will impact you. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you focus on these key areas of life that I mentioned today. If you need more help on a one-on-one basis, I'd love to jump in with you. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the astrological tea blend special I'll be running for the month of September, you get the Virgo blend and the Pisces blend to support you during the eclipse season this month and for the eclipse cycle coming in into 2024. You buy these two, you get a third one free of your choice. If you want to see what all the astrological tea blends are, you can find them on my website description box below. If you want to upgrade, you can get a pendulum with a tea strainer on it for a discounted price and still get a third blend of tea for free. So if you want to take advantage of that, you know where to find the link. And my channeled message I keep getting for you, my Pisces risings, to navigate the month of September is to remember that you can be compassionate and empathetic and also have really strong boundaries. Now, you have a lot going on in your first house, so I'm sure you've heard this message before in the cosmic weather if you've been following me or other astrologers, but I think it goes a little bit deeper in what I keep hearing for you, and it's saying that loving people is having boundaries. It's allowing you to love them a little bit longer. And that somewhere in the middle of the month around this eclipse, that message is going to come up. There is a scenario or situation that may play out for you in relationships. Maybe it's in your job. Maybe it's in your romantic relationship. Maybe it's just at a grocery store. Someone yells at you. Like there's someone in your life that's going to come into you that's going to teach you that you can be loving and compassionate and also stand up for yourself at the exact same time. And that loving yourself with boundaries is the greatest form of love that you can have to other people because you show them what you're worth. So I hope that message resonates. I hope you remember that if a situation comes up for you, my Pisces risings, let me know in the comments below how you're doing with this situation in your life because I know it's not easy for you. And with that, sending you so much love and light again. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next video.